O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show. Judge, you tuned in to the hottest sports radio.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Orlando, aka the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Offense to the heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, lollipop blow in the...
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Show O's on the radio, the top's where we gonna go, Andy, that's the way we roll.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
On the morning show, Big O, no one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk...
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Live and direct, because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today, 786-802-1727, or online at adreamlending.com. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Sports Grill. Good food, good drinks, good friends. Craig Zinn Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealership in the Southeast United States. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department. The FLPD is hiring. Go to FLPDjobs.com.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. Invest a little time and save big. Just set the recurring buy and pay, 0 transaction fee after your first purchase. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
What happened? Oh, no audio? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Let us put some boom in it. Now? Okay. All right. We need to get centered a little bit there. Hope you all are doing well. We are, of course, here at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines, like we always are, the second and fourth Fridays of the month at 15601 Pines Boulevard. Everybody knows where we're at. Oh, man, I am in a good mood. I am in such a good mood. It's Friday. We're at Acura, my home away from home for the last 12 years on Fridays. We just got Scott Fox just reached out to me. We're going to be rocking and rolling in June. By the way, Eddie Lepp, just so you'll know, I don't even know if Eddie's even on the board or anything like that, because he's the guy that got it going and hooked us up with Scott Fox up there in Flagler Beach. I just told him, send me a link, because I forgot the name of the bar and everything now. I got to remember the name of the bar now. It's a Dolphins bar up there in Flagler Beach, Daytona. And we're going to be up there in June. We'll be up there June 9th and 10th, which is a Thursday and a Friday. And we're also going to be broadcasting on the 13th. We're going to do 3 shows out there, actually. We're going to do 2, but Scott has been so generous that we're going to do a bonus show on Monday to recap. So we're going to have a great weekend out there, because he's got one of his best bands on Saturday. We're going to go see the Interrupters on Sunday. So I know the wife is going to be super happy. I'm going to be super happy. She's going to be ecstatic because she gets to hang out in the beach for those couple of days. And my wife loves the beach, dude. She can just sit there and just smell that ocean breeze. You know what I'm saying? That's like therapy for her. So that'll be cool. So any of you that live in that Daytona, St. Augustine area, we're going to be up there in June, actually, doing a couple of days now out there. So told you, we will travel. We will go everywhere, man. Doesn't matter. We'll have some fun. I mean, that's what we're going to do. We'll be in Vegas next month. We'll be in Vegas again in July. You know, we're going to be in Vegas for the NBA Summer League. We'll be out there for a whole week. So we'll be out there. Ira will be out there. Anthony Chang will be out there also. So we'll get also some national guys with us. All of that stuff will develop. So we'll be doing all of that. Steve says, Big O, I like the repeat of the address for the dude who is supposed to come over and clean your clock. He is, of course, will not show up. Yeah, no, I mean, of course. I mean, it's not from a lack of directions, right? It's not like I didn't did I give the address enough? I didn't get, 15601 Pines Boulevard, Pembroke Pines. I thought I was, it's 15601 Pines Boulevard, because Sean didn't hear it well, unfortunately. So we had to kind of repeat it for Sean there. But anyway, so that's pretty cool. So now one of our listeners that wanted to take us up to Saratoga, well, it's up to you now to, figure out the sponsor up there that wants to host the show. And Sean and I are ready to go up to Saratoga, do the show, and plunge our brains out. I mean, seriously, how can you not go to Saratoga and not plunge your brains out, man? Come on, man. Let's see. Jay says, go up to Canada, Big O. Reason will pick you up at the airport. Ha ha. Let's do it. Reason is in Canada? Are you serious? I had no idea Reason was in Canada. I was chatting with him and some other guys yesterday. I had no idea Reason is in Canada. Really? Holy crap. Reason's Canadian, eh? Wow. Damn. No, I'm good. Thank you, sir. I got my honey and lime. I got my water. The other day, I didn't have any honey and lime. I think it was Wednesday's show. No honey and lime. The wife overslept. It's her week off. And I wasn't going to wake her up. Like, she wakes up and then, makes the honey and lime for me. She did it again today. But like on Wednesday, she stayed in bed. And I was like, I'm not going to wake her up. If she wakes up on her own, fine. Make it for me. But if she doesn't wake up, I'm not going to wake up the poor woman. She wakes up every day at 5:30 in the morning for like the last 45, 50 years of her life, from going to school and then now teaching. I think I'm going to wake up that woman in her off week? That's just cruelty. You know what I'm saying? But she got up today on her own. I'm not going to stop her. So I appreciate that, as always. Big O Paul's in Connecticut in the house. He says, fast forward to football fins up. I know. Need it. Lisa's checking in. Good morning, Big O, Sean, and Finn's family. I hear there might be some suitors for DVP. What do you think? Oh, anybody going to give us a decent offer for him? I got to tell you something. I read that story by Barry Jackson in the Herald that apparently there are some teams, and including Philadelphia, interested in Devontae Parker. And I got guys, ladies out there, of course, like Lisa listening. I thought you would cut him. Maybe, keep him on the roster as a fourth, fifth wide receiver. I didn't even think anybody would offer a seventh rounder for him. So if Philadelphia wants to trade for him, I got to tell you something. I'm giving him away as soon as I can. That guy's about to get injured any second now when he gets out of the car. He's like Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie was like, they'd call him from off the bench and he'd bust up his calf just getting off the bench. Oh, there he goes. Sam's over. I mean, Devontae Parker, I would never imagine anybody would try to trade for him. And then I'm thinking about this. And I want you to remember this, okay, Dolphins fans? Because I'm reading that article. And it says Philadelphia needs someone to take some pressure off of Devonta Smith. So they're getting Devontae Parker. That's who they're thinking of. Meanwhile, here in Dolphin land, they go get Tyreek Hill to go opposite of Jalen Waddle. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, Dolphin fans. All right? I'm just saying. So if the Eagles want Devontae Parker, hey, he's all yours. So, Lisa, I read that story and I was floored. Seriously. You would figure that you would just wait till eventually the Dolphins cut him and then try to sign him. But then again, you might have to battle other teams for his services because when he's a free agent, I'm sure a couple of teams will want to sign him because he is productive when he's healthy. I have to give Parker credit in that sense. He has fought through the injuries and he finds a way to be somewhat productive. That's probably why maybe he is tradable to a certain extent. And I got to apologize to some of you out there that have said, well, why don't we trade Parker? And I always laugh at that. I'm just, come on, man. Really, seriously, people are going to be lined up for Parker. And according to Barry Jackson, the Eagles want him. So if they want him, go for it, dude. I never expected that to happen. Deal him. And listen, you gave away a bunch of picks, right? Those 4th and 6th rounders? What do you think you're going to end up getting for Parker probably? Somewhere in that neighborhood. So you need to recover some of those. That way, we have more picks for the back end of the draft since we won't have any in the early part of the draft. Yeah, well, you know what? The first night of the draft will be a lot of Dolphins talk with a lot of people, interviews. We'll take your questions, all that. We'll be live in Vegas. We're still going to cover the draft. You never know. The Dolphins could trade for a player. They could move into the draft. Anything can happen. Chris Grier is a wheeler and a dealer. I mean, you've seen it. From the second he took over, the man has been wheeling and dealing. So I don't put it past him that we still might have some action the first night. But if we don't, that's fine. We'll have a great night. We'll go to a certain time, have some fun, and then we'll go enjoy Vegas. That's it. So there you go. Rosendo says, remember, if we trade Parker, we have no big body receivers like Julio Jones unless we draft. No, you do. Of course you do. His name is Preston Williams. Preston Dogecoin Williams. And that's right. And Mike Gesicki and Durham Smythe. Those are your big body receivers. And remember, Rosendo, the offseason's not over yet. They still could draft somebody later in the draft, a project that might be a big receiver, something like that. Let's see. Tank says you still need a big body receiver. And maybe they think Preston can be that guy. Let's see. The Eagles got whipped by Parker a couple of years ago. Not surprised they're interested. I mean, it's Parker can play. It turns most of us off because the guy's always injured, but he can't play when he's healthy or healthy enough. Seeing Tyreek Hill wearing the Dolphins logo hat and logo in the background at his presser, the logo is horrendous. No, the logo is horrendous. They'll change it eventually. Legion of Zoom. That's it. New nickname. I forgot who was it that put it, the Legion of Zoom? Somebody said it to him. Instead of Doom, Zoom, because of the speed, or Boom. Let's see. Big O, I got a Tyreek Hill jersey. I took out my Tannehill jersey, crossed off the Tanny with a permanent marker. Boom. Tyreek Hill jersey. Yeah, baby. There you go. Thug life. I love it. Let's see. Big O Tyreek Hill is jacked. He must live in the weight room. Well, I mean, if you want to fight for balls in traffic, you gotta have some. You gotta build that body up. I don't know. Oh, for Parker, salary him and Tua have some chemistry. I'd keep him. Problem, here's the only thing about keeping Parker that I will say. Okay, here's the only positive, and let me back my man up here on this one, Tank. That there's some logic to what Tank is saying. And I'll tell you this, no matter how many frustrations we all have with Parker, let me explain. So your main receivers are going to be Waddle and Tyreek, right? I mean, or Tyreek and Waddle, whatever. And then you've got Gesicki. And you also signed the Cedric Wilson kid. You signed him, these guys, right? So this is your guy now. So these are going to be your top 4 guys anyway. Parker's going to be a 5th guy. So to Tank's point, is that 5th or 6th rounder that you might get for Parker, or 7th rounder, really going to make that much of a difference in your life? Probably not. I know you can find Tom Brady in the 6th and Zach Thomas in the 5th. And I get it. We could go over the history of time and find guys late in the draft. And I know that it happens every once in a while. But in general, is the 5th, 6th, 7th rounder you might get for Parker really going to change your life? Probably not. So now you're going to play Parker in a role where he is a complementary player. He's not an every down player. He's a situational player. So the wear and tear on the body is less. The practice time is less. So in theory, you can say, well, maybe we can keep Parker fresher and we can use him in situations now. And when Tua needs a big body in there, here comes Parker. When you're in the red zone, here comes Parker. All these kind of things that you can kind of play them. Short yardage situation, here comes Parker. So maybe to defend Tank on this one, because I think he makes a good point, you can look at it both ways. Hey, man, we gave up a bunch of picks for Tyreek. We got our receivers already. Parker's a reserve. If you can trade him for a pick, go get back some picks. Okay, great. Makes sense. Now, hey, that 4th, 5th, 6th pick, that 6th round pick, it's not going to change our lives. But we can make a playoff run. And Parker gives us depth. Let's keep the player, forget the pick. It gives Tua a different body, a different type of player out there that he can use. Not just Gesicki, but Parker. Then you can roll out a couple of big bodies. Now, here's the other side of all of this, ladies and gentlemen. because of what we talked about and the people that are already on this roster, maybe you're going to draft another player later in the draft that might be a project receiver that you want to keep on the roster. Or, by the way, I haven't even mentioned Lynn Bowden Jr. Okay? So all of a sudden now, we start looking at it. What if Preston Williams wakes up and starts balling? And so now that position comes down to Parker or Williams. And Williams has got the youth and the future. Parker is older and worn down. And what if you have to decide to then cut Parker and you had a chance to trade him earlier? Because you're kind of deep at wide receiver now. And you also need to, once you get to number 4, number 5, number 6 receiver, what do they need to be, ladies and gentlemen? They need to be something else, right? That receiver needs to be a flyer. That receiver needs to be a returner. Parker is neither. Preston's done a little returning, but he's really not a returner. So that's kind of the catch-22. So these are the things you're going to have to weigh in the decision with Parker. Do I trade him now, get a commodity? Do I use him as a big body? But what happens now if I'm loaded at wide receiver and he's got one of the reserve spots, but I've got another player that is, do I keep Parker, who is limited and can't help me on special teams? Can't be a flyer, can't be a returner, very injury prone. So do I keep him? Because you're 4th, you're 5th, and even if you get to 6 wide receivers, they've got to have something else to the table. And he doesn't. So there's a lot of factors you've got to weigh in, and then there's scenarios that may cross at the same time. Yes, sir.
Per Field Yates, the Dolphins converted $13.255 million of cornerback Byron Jones' base salary into a signing bonus, creating $10.604 million in 2022 cap space per source. The team also added $750,000 in cap space by reworking the contract of safety Clayton Fagelum. With some major recent adds, Miami needed the flexibility.
J.C. Tretter.
I was going to say it, but you beat me to it.
That's J.C. Tretter.
I really feel like there's one more, like something's going to.
That's J.C. Tretter.
You know?
That's J.C. Tretter. That's what's going to happen.
It's 10.6.
And they need about six, right? It's less than I thought.
6 or 7.
I thought it was going to be like an 8 or 9, and people are talking about 5 or 6.
Yeah, and they might go up to 7 just because you usually overpay, just to make sure they get them, maybe. But I mean, either way,
he hasn't signed.
No,
it's so quiet. You don't even hear him about like he's interested or something. And quiet.
I don't even hear
what do I tell you about quiet? Quiet is good.
Yeah. I haven't heard him even going like for visits or nothing. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, sums up.
He's in Zoom meetings.
Something's up. That's J.C. Tretter. I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you that they're creating space because we're about to hear they're gonna go after J.C. Tretter. They're gonna fix this line, dude. And all those young guys, they're gonna battle for the right right 2 spots, the right guard, the right tackle. That's what's going to end up happening. And then the rest will be backups. That's probably what's going to end up happening.
Yeah. Thank you, Gus.
What did Gus? Oh, he said.
No, he sent. I'm following Schefter and Rappaport to see everything, and then he sent me that one. So I was able to see
so yeah, that is Gus 1388. By the way, is a maniac. He is awesome. He like follows everything, bro. Everything. I got to tell you, man. That is impressive. I'm going there. I'm going with J.C. Tretter. Yeah. I think that's what's going to end up happening. What's Barry Jackson saying?
He's saying even with the Byron Jones and Fagelum restructured, Finns with very little cap space, about $5 million per NFL union figures. So more space must be created to do anything significant. But they're working toward that.
That's what I think they're doing. Yeah. That's what I think they're doing because they can move Parker, which will be more space. They're going to be able to move some guys. So Fagelum, they're going to keep him for special teams purposes. That's what that tells me. If they reworked his deal and gave him some guarantees, they're going to give him this year also. So they value his special teams. That's obvious because he cannot play safety. I'm sorry. He's Larry Izzo. If I've ever seen Larry Izzo, he's Larry Izzo. He's the modern day Izzo. I want Izzo on special teams. You never wanted Larry Izzo playing linebacker. Oh my God, was that terrible? You know, he would get runned over every single time. He was a monster on special teams, and he was a total liability as a linebacker. And Fagellum is the same way. The guy can play special teams. He is a complete liability as a safety. That is one thing. By the way, the super chat, Steven Gonzalez, thank you, sir. He says, Big O, is there any truth to Tyrann Mathieu coming to Miami? And if so, what do you think? I don't know if there's any truth, but here's the thing that we have to all learn. Nothing is past Chris Grier. Nothing. Nothing at all. The guy's a monster. He'll make any kind of move. So, yeah, I don't put any of that past him. Not at all. By the way, Sloman's Home Shield, a proud sponsor of our program, as you all know. And Sloman's, of course, right now, folks, we're giving away a free doorbell camera, 1-800-ALARM-ME. When you call them, tell them that Big O sent you. We have the links. They're on my Twitter page. They're right here on our YouTube page. You can hit the link also, and you're going to love that doorbell camera because you can keep up with everything going on in your home, which is absolutely amazing. I love it because right now, if somebody rings the doorbell to drop off a package, I will see it. That's a beautiful thing. I know the wife is home right now, but still, I can see it. If I'm headed home, I want to order some Uber Eats or something to meet me there when I get home. I order it, and if the guy or the woman gets there before I do, I'll tell them, hey, I see it. Drop it off right there. Leave it there. I'll be there in a minute. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Boom, and I got it. With my Sloman Shield, I get to keep up with everything going in and around my home and in front of my home, which is a beautiful thing. That's why you're going to love it. It's easy to use. The pad is so easy to program. You're going to love it, folks. And the installers are so, I got to say, they are not just educational, but they're patient. Okay. But it's so easy that it's probably easy also to have patience too, because it's been designed so well. Check it out for yourself. 1-800-ALARM-ME. And with that Sloman Shield, baby, oh, you're going to love it. It connects to our low-cost central station monitoring, so you're going to get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3-arm doors, and a backup battery. And the best thing is peace of mind, because you're protecting your home, your family, your business, or your pets like us. I have a camera inside the house so I can keep up with the dogs. So I know what's going on, folks. 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME for the Sloman's Shield. Could it be for Tyrann Mathieu? It could be. It could be. It could be. The only reason I say J.C. Tretter is because the focus has really been on offense. The defensive focus has been, let's just re-sign our guys. They're not really going. They might add some defensive players, I think. In the draft is where they might add some of those pieces that they might need. But it just seems to me like they're dead on focused on fixing this line and fixing the offense, because they know that if they fix the offense, everything else falls into place a little bit more. And I think that's the other reason why Flores is not here. Don't kid yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. None of this happens with Flores here. There is no way that Flores allows them to be this aggressive to fix some things. I mean, this is the GM that went and got him Flowers, and he'd rather go with young guys that were unproven, which is stupid. So he would not have allowed them to be this aggressive all over the place. So philosophically, things have changed. And again, you had no choice. You had to be aggressive this offseason, because you must find out about Tua over the next 2 years before you pay him for year 5. even though I'm in the camp of I think Tua's going to ball out. I've said it from the get-go. All you have to do is support him. He hasn't had any support. Now's the first time he gets support. Now he's going to ball. He's got coaches. He's got players. The scheme is right. He's set to go now. Now it's up to him, and he'll do it. I'm not worried about it.
And not only that, but I got a question for you. Was there anybody on offense, maybe Gesicki, but that would fit into the scheme of Mike McDaniels when he got here?
No. There's a lot of people that don't fit. Yeah.
That's why they had to. You had to swing for the.
There was an overhaul. Yeah.
There had to be an overhaul because nobody fit into that scheme.
Right. And the way he's going to run the offense, you can tell he got guys that are multifaceted and versatile, so he can move them around like chess pieces. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch this offense, man. It's really going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, by the way. We need you to hit that like button and support us out there. Ira Winderman is getting ready to join us. We are here at Acura Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard, right off of I-75. And Pembroke Pines will be out here till 1 o'clock. So everyone knows we're out here till 1. He'll be out here till about 1:30 probably. I'll be out here till, what am I out of here by 105, 110, something like that? 101?
Give or take. Usually 101, 102, but yeah, sometimes 105.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, things are going well in Dolphin Land right now. Things are going really well in Panther Land right now. Got to tell you, Heatland. I don't know about Heatland. Things are getting a little rocky in Heatland. Ira Winderman covers the rocky terrain that is the Miami Heat. So let's get together with Ira and our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
I sure hope they invested in crypto since they work at the FTX arena, because life right now in crypto is really, really good with Bitcoin going over 45,000. That at least will get you in a good mood. Being in the Heat locker room, not so much. Ira Winderman, good morning, sir. Are you dishing out the boxing gloves?
You know, it's interesting. I so hope like before.
Is it a trigon? Is it a ring? What's going on? Where are they fighting?
You know what? I almost wish that this would have happened like before our hour-long show this week, because it gave us so much fodder. But you know what? It just shows you how much losing can impact a team. Let's face it, no matter what was said or wasn't said, if that came during a winning streak or when they were going well, it would have been blown off. No one would care if Udonis Haslem is interjecting himself into a huddle, if Eric Spoelstra has heated words, if something like that happens. So I think at worst, it shows they care, which is not a bad thing.
Bumpgate happened at 9 and 8.
Yes. And then look what happened after Bumpgate. They went on, they got to the NBA Finals, they found themselves 2 championships in the ensuing 2 seasons. Look, tonight's the moment. We all thought that Wednesday was the moment. We all thought, okay, they lost to Philadelphia on Monday without Embiid and Harden. They're getting the shorthanded Warriors. They're not going to let it happen again. They let it happen again. They still have a chance to turn a potentially awful week into a respectable week. If you get tonight against the Knicks, and you get Saturday night against Kyrie, Durant, and the Nets, we're going to be sitting here on Sunday and Monday when I come back in the Acura Pembroke Pines report, and we're going to be talking about, hey, good weekend for the Heat. They got themselves right. They showed resilience. Because Big O, pretty soon we're getting to the point where everything's going to be 4 out of 7 when you get to the playoffs. So it's not just the one-game samples. It's the can you make things right? Can you recover? Can you sustain? That's what makes these two important. And I almost think by holding out Victor Oladipo tonight, Eric Spoelstra sort of realizes, look, this is just the Knicks, no offense. The Nets game is when I want all hands on deck. That's when I want to make sure that everyone can be out there. That's going to be a statement game because, that also could be a preview of the first round of the playoffs.
So now I can give you that if Jimmy Butler manned up and truly apologized to Spo and to UD, if he showed that he was really sorry about what he did, then I agree with you. They can move on because usually men are pretty good about that. You can move on but I think that apology has to take place. There has to be a mea culpa by Jimmy Butler. There has to be that moment where he addresses the fact that he was wrong on every level. If he doesn't do that, this will fester. This will be a problem for the Heat. And I know the Heat are in a tough position because they're trapped with that contract. And it's not like he's going to be movable because if Miami can't fix him, nobody else is going to take him on.
Orlando, I would be shocked if there's an apology. I would be shocked if there's a public show of contrition. For 10 years, this has been the Jimmy Butler story. Now, if you have a problem with the contract and you were one of the first who said, whoa, 38 years old and $40 million plus, I have a concern, that's fine. This is who Jimmy Butler is. This isn't one season or 2 seasons or 3 seasons in. This isn't one team or 2 teams or 3 teams in. At a certain point of your career, and honestly, at a certain point of your personhood, you are who you are. So the Heat knew that they added a son of a bitch, that they gave a son of a bitch a 5-year contract extension into his late 30s. So whether there's this incremental moment of contrition like you're seeking, it doesn't change who Jimmy Butler is.
That's
Jimmy
fine.
Butler has to have the right coach, has to have the right teammates, has to have the right management, Pat Riley, that sort of ownership circle, in order to keep him in line. But if you think Jimmy Butler's going to change his spots right now at 32, 33 years old and this deep into his career, he won't, because he won't be the same Jimmy Butler. If you want an MFer out there on the court, you're going to get an MFer on the bench and an MFer in the locker room.
I disagree with that. I think then that will change the dynamics of the locker room, and that will change the dynamics in the relationship of Jimmy and the coach from here on out. That's going to be a problem. If you when you're wrong, you have to apologize, Ira. You have to. What he did was unacceptable. I've never seen Spo act like that.
In a rational, with a rational person, I would agree with you. But you bring in the entire package. You bring in everything about a person. And with Jimmy Butler, you're bringing in the differences with Fred Hoiberg when he was suspended, when him and Dwayne spoke out against Rondo and Hoiberg. You're bringing in the Jimmy Butler who showed up at the Rachel Nichols practice there in Minnesota and made a whole scene about it and then did a half-hour TV special seemingly on it. You're on the Jimmy Butler who, after having a good playoff run in Philadelphia, still forced his way out because he wanted to go to the Miami Heat. That's who he is. Now, you can say Pat Riley maybe never should have done his dance with the devil, maybe never should have gotten in bed with trouble like that. But you know what? It's sort of like the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson, that winning or the desire to win trumps all. Hell, Stephen Ross was doing that dance. And even with Tyreek Hill, you certainly could look into certain things and going, well, it's not like it's all pristine right there. You know what you're getting. You accept what you're getting because you believe it will help you win more than you will lose. And I got to say the other part of this, and I know this isn't popular. The incident happened against Udonis Haslem. It didn't happen against a main rotation player. We will never get to the point Orlando Alzagari will saying is Jimmy going to pass the ball to Udonis? Udonis said screen for Jimmy. Udonis doesn't play.
Well, notice I didn't talk Udonis. I told you Spo. I mentioned to you
Erik Spoelstra's a big boy. This happens behind the scenes all the time. I asked Erik Spoelstra at one point when things were going perfect, and I asked him, how nice is it not to have any a-holes in your locker room? And he said to me, this wasn't this year, and he said to me, we got a-holes. They all got a-holes. You just deal with that. So if you're asking me, is Erik Spoelstra in this job because he believes that he has 15 men connected on his string and they all have the same views and never fight? Oh, BS. It gets heated all the time, Orlando. This is a league where you play 82 regular season games. That's a lot of emotion and a lot of emotional swings. Now, if you're asking me what do I think the most important thing about this is, I think that they just move past it, that we don't see it again, that we don't see Spoelstra versus Butler tonight against New York or tomorrow against Brooklyn. If it happens again and you bring it up to me in one of our Acura Pembroke Pines reports and say, see, I told you this in late March would be a problem.
Hey, Shaq versus Riley ended up with Shaq being, shipped out eventually.
Oh, absolutely. That happened with LeBron, and LeBron wouldn't even take Pat Riley's meeting in Vegas, and he had enough, and that relationship fractured also. We've always seen relationships fractured. But this right now is a one-off. It festered much more. Remember, Shaq didn't want Stan Van Gundy as coach. Remember that he thought he was the master of panic. Yeah. And then he brought So there were incidents with Shaq. There were incidents with LeBron starting with Bumpgate. So this is, as far as we know, number one. There have been minor things, being late for practices and missing shoot-arounds. Don't kid yourself. Here's the main difference, and I think, it's important to educate you, your listeners out there, people listening to the Acura Pembroke Pines report. Erik Spoelstra is not Pat Riley. He has let players, I don't want to say bend the rules, but he's more forgiving. He is of the thought, we have a veteran roster now. We have Kyle Lowry, we have PJ Tucker, we have Jimmy Butler, we have Markieff Morris, we have older players. They know what to do. I'm not going to be as rigid. What Erik Spoelstra has allowed would have led to thousands of dollars of fines and suspensions by Pat Riley. But you know what? Erik Spoelstra is a modern day coach. He coaches them differently. If Pat Riley was coaching the other day, hands would have been thrown. It would not have stopped there. That's who Pat Riley is. Pat Riley is the street fighter from the hardscrabble upbringing in Schenectady. That's not who Erik Spoelstra is. Erik Spoelstra is a product of the NBA. He saw his father as an NBA executive. He grew through Pat Riley and Stan Van Gundy. And so for all these people in Heat culture thinking it's a steady line for these last 26 years, it's not. There was the Pat Riley way, and there's the Erik Spoelstra way. And Pat Riley in the old days would look at what Erik Spoelstra is doing now and going, this isn't how we do it. Instead, Pat Riley goes, maybe I wouldn't have had that problem with Shaq. Maybe I wouldn't have had that problem with others if I did this. It's completely different right now. So I think Erik is fine with it. Erik puts up with a lot because he understands today's modern coaches have to put up with a lot.
So do we know of a fine? Because obviously there's no suspension. And the part B of that is, are they screwing up if they don't fine or suspend him?
I've spoken to parties from both ends of this. Inside the Heat, close to Jimmy Butler, no suspension, no fine, no nothing. Now, has there been a talking to? Has there been a point made? The Heat held a team meeting as they were scheduled yesterday at FTX Arena, ostensibly to prepare for the Knicks game today. There was no shoot around this morning, and then you move on there. And I think that's what you do because you're managing these kind of players. I got to tell you, someone like Kyle Lowry has been given unbelievable latitude this season to be who he wants. I mean, no offense, but when you look at Kyle Lowry's, how do I phrase this? Body. I'm not so sure that Pat Riley wouldn't have sent him downstairs like he did with Antoine Walker at one point and said, no, that's not good enough. The Heat's conditioning test. Remember when you were on the beat, we'd all talk about, did people make their time? What do you mean James Posey's not practicing? What do you mean Dion Waiters didn't do it? And since then, they've sort of moved off of that. I'm not sure if Kyle Lowry's in that much a better shape than Dion Waiters was at some points.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Kyle Lowry.
But again, Kyle Lowry is a different.
Yes, he's a champion. He's an all-star.
He's a professional.
Yes, exactly.
Even with that weight, he's a professional.
And I think, Big O, what a lot of people have lost in all this stuff is trying to put the Pat Riley mold on the 2021-22 Miami Heat. It's not. Times have changed. Greg Popovich isn't the same coach he once was. We've seen a softening of the pop. Those are the guys who survive. The my way or the highway guys, they're gone.
Yeah. All right.
And as a matter of fact, I'll give you one more. If an Erik Spoelstra type of coach was managing Tua Tagovailoa last season with the Dolphins and didn't put his ego in front of the whole damn thing, we wouldn't have had all that drama also. And I think that's where Brian Flores got himself in a little bit of a trouble also. is that he didn't realize it's different now. And it's not just about your harsh opinions, your my way or the highway. So I would really view Eric Spoelstra through a different prism. And Big O, when you do that, then you can view this incident through a different prism.
All right. Kyle Guy, the Kyle Guy run is over. And they what was the name of the dude they just signed?
Michael Mulder, a hell of a three-point shooter.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. Is Scully also coming?
Yes, and I knew you would come up with that, and you're going to throw me in there. So I'll leave that to David Duchovny when you have him on next hour as one of your guests. Look, I was up early at FTX Arena. They weren't open yet, trying to trade in my Kyle Guy jersey. I'll have to wait a little longer on that. Look, he filled a nice role. They had that COVID. They were desperate. They were in Houston. They needed bodies.
It was a matchup. They needed him. It was a matchup.
They needed anyone, and he fulfilled it. But Michael Mulder is an NBA-level three-point shooter. In January 2020, the Heat had a decision to make. They either could have given Michael Mulder a two-way contract or Gabe Vincent. They went for Gabe Vincent because they felt he did a little more off the dribble, but they never lost their interest in Michael Mulder. So this is what they did. He is not eligible for the playoffs. Players on two-way contracts are not playoff eligible. Now, that doesn't mean between now and the final day of the season on April 10th, they can't maneuver the roster, give him Haywood Highsmith's roster spot. Maybe UD steps aside for the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen. But he is under a 2-year deal, so he will go to Summer League. He will be in the summer program. And here's what's interesting, because I always have to bring this back to an Orlando Alzagari angle. It's another three-point specialist they're bringing in. So for my friend, I think he goes by the name of the Big O, who wants nothing more than to ship Duncan Robinson out of town, the more you load up with three-point shooting elsewhere, the more it's easier to maybe make a kind of move that placates the man who's sitting right now at Acura Pembroke Pines.
The truth is out there. I got you.
Orlando orchestrated all of this without Scully's help.
There you go. By the way, she looks really good if you've seen her lately. She actually looks good, and wouldn't be bad to bring her by. All right, so Oladipo, what's the latest with the broken down one?
This is really fascinating. Now he's back on the injured list. Now they're saying it's knee injury maintenance. You know what, Big O? You and I, and then Clay Ferraro on a weekly.
Can we call him Model T?
Well, that's exactly. And I was going to say, and Clay, when we speak on a midweek Sloman's home security Inside the Paint show, it was all about Oladipo and the promise. But, this is something you're deeply familiar with. Alonzo Mourning, 2020-21 season, sits out at the start with a kidney illness. About 2-3 weeks left in the season, says, I'm back. Well, that was a season when Brian Grant was playing great. When Anthony Mason was an all-star starter. Yeah. When they had everything rolling, they brought Zoe back. The chemistry went to crap. Not Zoe's fault, but just a different way of playing. They were swept out of the playoffs in the first round by Charlotte.
Yeah,
I think Eric Spoelstra is approaching a line in the sand moment with both Victor Oladipo and Markieff Morris when he doesn't want to lose the magic he had. And PJ Tucker had an interesting point, and I'm about to post a story on SunSentinel.com about this. You had guys who made this season for the Heat. Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, losing minutes now to these other guys. And I think even some of the veterans are like, whoa, these guys got us here. Let's not forget about them. The Heat, I think right now, they're at a crossroads right now. I think Eric Spoelstra is going to have to make a decision soon enough. So, I got
one more thing to add to you. Don't add more old legs to the mix. Keep the young legs in the mix.
Right. Well, some are young legs and some aren't, but I'm still going to have some.
By adding Oladipo and adding Markieff, you're adding more old legs or broken down legs.
Yeah, broken legs maybe for Oladipo. Markieff is 33. That's a little bit different. So I agree with you. I really think if there's not a breakout game by Vic or Markieff by the time the Heat go on the road, starting next Wednesday with their games at Boston, at Chicago, or Toronto, that Eric Spoelstra might have to tighten things, go back to what got them here and said, hey, guys, you made valiant comebacks. And God bless you, Vic, from the quadriceps surgery last May. And God bless you, Markieff, from the 58 games missed with the whiplash after the Nikola Jokic incident. But it's go time now. Right now, the Heat have two different go times. Are they going with Vic and Markieff, or are they going with what got them here? I think it's a real interesting crossroads for Eric Spoelstra. So he'd much rather take time focusing on that than some silly antics on the bench during a one-off.
I just hope you didn't lose the magic by flipping the
And
switch
that's a really
off.
good. And we're going to chronicle that 3 times a week here on the Big O show, because we are at that moment. We are at a little teetering point. This is another Eric Spoelstra moment at hand. I totally agree, Big O.
You flipped the switch off of the young guys. Now you're going to ask them to turn it right back on again.
And can they? Right.
And can
That's
they?
true. 0 for 10 on threes the last 2 games. Has there been a little confidence lost there?
Yeah, exactly. Or it's not just confidence. It's a groove. You know, it's a routine.
And a rhythm and a cohesion.
Yeah.
These 9 guys interlocked together, and now you have these other 2 guys in there, and all of a sudden the recipe, you're putting too much of ingredient A when ingredient B was just fine.
Yeah, no, that's kind of screwed up, unfortunately. All right, Knicks tonight, 8:00. We'll see what happens. The octagon will be inside the arena somewhere, so we'll see, just in case. Any truth that Dana White is going to this game tonight?
You know what? If he has a chance to see UD throw hands, maybe. So maybe we'll see. UD restrained himself, so I give him that. And again, I was asked, who would you take in a fight of UD against Butler? And I said this.
I'm taking old man strength every time.
No, in a 1-round fight or something like a UFC fight, I would take Jimmy, because his rage in the moment, I think he can go for the quick knockout. I think he would go ballistic. I think UD, with his smarts over rounds, would win on most scorecards. So again, are we talking 3 rounds or are we talking 10 rounds?
I'm going with Miami all the way, bro. I'm going with Miami all.
I don't know. Jimmy could be cray-cray at times. Jimmy could be cray-cray, and I wonder about that also.
UD is cray-cray.
Yeah, but Jimmy has a little bit more of that Kimbo slice in him, so I don't know. I might go the other way.
I don't know. I've been seeing UD since he was inside a Miami High gym. So I've followed that man's career for a long, long time. I've seen him in all levels. I don't know, man. I would not want to be facing UD at any point. That's for damn sure. All right. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. What are you working on, the Sun Sentinel, so folks can subscribe and check you out?
2 stories. One, we spoke about adding Michael Mulder, what that means, and the roster move for the long term. And the story I'm about to post now is, when do you pull the plug on Oladipo and Morris? And have you already lost the magic that got you to the top of the Eastern Conference?
There you go. All right, Ira. Thank you as always, my friend. We'll catch up next week.
Hopefully better times then, or more fights to talk about. Round 2, round 3. We'll see. Thanks, Big O.
You got it. Let's go. Drop the gloves. That's Ira Winderman, our Miami Heat and NBA report.
You've been listening to the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report with Ira Winderman. When you're looking for award-winning service and great deals from the #1 volume Acura sales dealership in the Southeast United States, you go to Craig's Inn Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
We back. Hope you all are doing well out there. I go with old man strength. Going with UD.
We're going to have to tell UD that Ira doesn't believe in him.
Yeah. Yep. Next time when the lockers open up, I'm going to go down there. And when we're in the locker room, I'm going to stand next to UD. I'm going to go, you see that guy over there? You see that balding dude right there that's covering you guys? He doesn't believe in you, UD. I'm going to tell him. And I'll tell you a little Nature B, 2 golden capsules, 27 vitamins and amino acids, 28 minerals, and powerful antioxidants. And that's what you need in this virus-filled world, man. It is nasty out there. You're touching door handles that other people are touching, and gas pumps, and people are sneezing and wheezing and coughing and all that. And all those germs are out in the air. And sure, you might be vaccinated. You might be vaccinated and boosted, but you still need as much protection as possible. And those 2 golden capsules every single day, they power me all day long. They give me the energy I need. No 2 p.m., 3 p.m., no, I'm not wearing down, boy. I am powering through with those 2 golden capsules from Nature B. And it all comes from Clean Green New Zealand, not from some people with lab coats. No. Mother Nature. It's great for the kids. It's great for everyone. My daughter's been taking it since she was a child. She's now in her early 20s. I've been on this for 20 years. And my favorite part about it, it's not so much the energy. Your nails grow stronger and faster for you ladies. The hair grows faster also. But it's really about the immune system. That's what I love about it, because I work with my voice every day. I've been doing it for 32 years. So for the last 20, I've been taking it, and I rarely ever get a cold. That's what I love about Nature B, protecting myself from all the net. And yes, I'm vaccinated. Yes, I'm boosted. But man, I wasn't vaccinated or boosted 19 other years ago. So I needed Nature B, and I still use it every single day. Use my code right there, Big O, free shipping on plant pollen. And by the way, my wife loves the wrinkle cream. There's also the lip balm also that we use for the dry lips and all that kind of stuff. The soap. There are all kinds of items, but if you want free shipping on the plant pollen, you can do it. A 1-month supply, 3-month supply, 6-month supply. Use my code Big O. Get free shipping. Go to the website, natureb.com. Tell them that Big O sent you. Our link is right there, right here on our YouTube page, natureb.com. All right. Manny Navarro, by the way, is set to join us at the top of the hour, so we'll have some fun with Manny. And we'll talk a little Canes as practices are going on now with the Canes. Not that, these practices are going to decide anything. We're way early in the process. So I don't think that's going to decide a damn thing overall. But, it is what it is. So Dolphins, I know I saw this silly story. Some guy named Dale Arnold from WEEI. And apparently the story says that this guy nailed the Brady to the Bucs thing 2 years ago. So now he says that Brady is like trying to make his way to the Dolphins. And I listen, man, it's hard for me to believe any of this crap. The Bucs were never going to let him go. He's playing for the Bucs. I don't even want to get into this story because I just find it to be garbage. And whether they think, oh, well, he'll play with the Bucs this year, and then maybe next year when his deal is up, he goes to Miami. This is all crap just to throw stuff out there so you can get clicks, whether you're Pro Football Talk or anything else, or, of course, to kind of back your agenda since you're an anti-Tua person. And that's kind of what all of this is about. It kind of comes from all this anti-Tua crap. And to me, it's just stuff that people throw out there. Brady, if anything, has to be focused on what he's got to do right now because he's got a team. He's returning to the Bucs. People are returning to the Bucs to play with him. So it just seems to me like a guy that guessed Brady to the Bucs a couple of years ago, and so now he got a little bit of that, and so now he's using this too, and trying to guess again. And I think he's guessed wrong on this one, is what I would say, because it just doesn't make any sense. Plus, the amount of people you're paying now, oh my God. That also would make it a mission. But I also think that Tua is going to end up balling. And by the end of the year, a lot of people will be proven wrong. And stories like this will be just ridiculous. I think by the end of this season, a lot of people will be happy. And some of you will admit to yourselves, okay, I overreacted. Kind of like you did during this offseason when you were already complaining and it hadn't even finished yet. It had just started a couple days in, and you're already disappointed with the Dolphins and you want to fire Chris Grier. Brady to the Dolphins.
Hey, some more things. Barry Jackson.
Yes, sir.
He says the Jones restructure was done late yesterday, per source. Team is creating cap space when it needs to and as it goes, as opposed to cutting players well in advance. When they need more money, they'll adjust on the fly. So,
okay.
Which is why I guess you don't see a lot of cuts coming, as you said,
Right. You wait till you actually can get it done. Okay. I got you. Oh, wow. He's got his own app. I did not know that. The bar has his own app. Tortugas, Flagler Beach. That's it. That's the name of it. Tortugas in Flagler Beach. There you go. I love it. This is good. Sorry, I am sending a text at the same time. What happened now? We got some breaking news? No, but what? Okay, something. Sean is tripping out about something. Oh, okay.
It was an hour ago, I guess. I see it up, but 93.7 The Fan, which I guess apparently is an Odyssey station, says that it is an Odyssey station. Of course, they don't say. Oh, it's actually in Pittsburgh. Report: Brady working on trade that would send him out of Tampa and down to Miami. Everybody.
They're all in on it now. Okay. That's crazy. All right. So a Pittsburgh station now is doing that. Okay. All right. I love it. I say Tua will be the Alabama Tua, but even better now that he has the O-line and all the weapons. Lisa, I think Tua's going to light it up now. I think Tua will look great. I think physically he's going to look fantastic. I think he'll be fully healthy now. He won't have broken ribs either. I think that hip will be as strong as it could possibly be now. Remember, he got injured in November and operated, and then ready in September, which he's not healthy. So this whole year that he played, he never really got to strengthen and get that hip to where it's at. So now you get the off seasons going, and I think now in this second off season of rehabbing, and now you're playing football and you're building everything up, I think you're going to see a different Tua. And obviously, no broken ribs, no fractured finger on your throwing hand. All of those other things will help you be a better quarterback too. But I'm super excited for Tua now. I really am, because a guy that's that smart, that accurate, with the anticipatory skills, now with the coaching and the support, sky's the limit for the kid. It really is. And we're going to have fun as Dolphin fans.
And more playmakers that can create space.
Yes. Damn it, dude. Holy crap. Instead of receivers that are always covered, and he still had one of the best completion ratios in the NFL, considering his receivers had no separation whatsoever. So I think X gets moved now. I'm guessing his ego isn't down with all these new faces making guaranteed money, and he probably wants too much. I think eventually X gets moved, but I've been saying that for a while, and whatever, you guys will fight me and physically here on the chat board.
Where are we again?
15601 Pines Boulevard, Pembroke Pines. And by the way, Bitcoin continues to climb, well over 45 now, which this is like the threshold people were talking about. People kept talking about 45.7, so we'll see where it goes now. But what I like is it went from that 34, 35 area, found its floor in 38, went up to 40, 41, kind of found its floor in 42 again, and now it's going up to 45. And what you wanted to do is continue to hang around for a couple of days, a week or two. That's healthy. What you don't want is the entire parabolic move to 70,000, because then you're going to have a little bit of a comeback as always. So you kind of want it to build up. But it's really nice to see right now. It is over 45,000. I'm looking at it right now again. So everything is moving in the market, by the way. Everything. Crow is moving. It's up almost 6%. Ethereum's up almost 4%. Bitcoin almost 4%. You know what also, and I told you guys about Cadena. Cadena is almost at $7. Remember I mentioned Cadena, right? Earlier in the week when it was posted on OKCoin, remember? It was $6.15. It's at $6.96 now. So Cadena's already moving. I hope they get staking on OKCoin for Cadena. If they do that, that'll be awesome. You know, Cadena is up 11% right now. I have I'm really inspired by Cadena because of the Bitcoin security that it has to it. It uses the Bitcoin technology, which is impenetrable. And then it has learned how to scale to then have to handle more transactions, and it can continue to scale out even more as it grows and adds more dEPs and DAX and smart contracts and all that kind of stuff that they're doing. The Brooklyn boys are doing the right thing there in Cadena, and that's another reason why they're an American company, so I'm definitely a supporter. All right, let's get hour number 2 ready. And Manny Navarro is set to go. TJ Braymiller, by the way, says, I want to know what Big O thinks the next big move for the Fins will be. I'm a newcomer to the show and instantly love it. I appreciate you, brother. Fins up. Thank you, TJ. Thank you for the love in the super chat. And TJ, I think it's TJ. Or CJ, I'm sorry. Right? CJ Treader? Or is it TJ? What is it? Treader? CJ Treader? It's Treader, whatever. TJ, I think it's CJ, right? Isn't it CJ Treader? Or TJ Treader? I don't know, whatever. Treader. I think it's Treader, the center. I think that this is why they continue to free up money, dude. And they can free up more if they're going to trade Parker and others. I think they're going to do it. Now, one guy we would never trade is Manny Navarro, and he's next with our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at Caneswear.com or InterMiamiWear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All righty, we are back, baby. We are ready. We're going to talk a little Canes. There he is, Manny Navarro. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good? I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Big day yesterday
there we go. Okay,
Hollywood Studios with the family. Now, yeah, can you hear me okay?
Okay, yeah, we got you now. Go ahead.
Yep. We're driving to Magic Kingdom right now, second day. Yeah, driving to Magic Kingdom, second day of the I guess the Florida residence pass that we're using, and just on our way to see Magic Kingdom. The kids had a ball yesterday at Hollywood Studios, but I was on my phone while we were waiting in line for 3 hours to go on that Rise of the Resistance Star Wars ride. I was there texting, finding out what was going on at UM. Lot of news yesterday coming out of UM.
Yeah, dude, they Jimmy Johnson, all these people talking to the team. I saw some of the videos. What did you hear, and what did you think of some of the stuff you saw?
Well, obviously, I mean, first off, it's great when you can have a guy like Jimmy Johnson come by practice, right, and talk to the team and be around them and all that kind of stuff. And I saw they released his conversation about swagger. So I know for the kids, that has to be cool. I wonder how many of them know who Jimmy Johnson is as far as the coach. I'm sure they know him as the broadcaster on Fox.
Right. That's
But
it.
none of those guys were alive when he was winning Super Bowls or national championships at Miami. So, I'm sure it was cool for them to hear from him and to hear, hear his message. Mario Cristobal, obviously having been recruited by him and played for him, etc. I'm sure was a thrill for him. And today's the coaching clinic. They're all going to be there. Sean McVay is supposed to be coming down for that, and they're going to have a bunch of special guests, and so it'll be a cool little event. I think Edo Orgeron's another one. So between today and tomorrow, there'll be a coaches clinic, and all those guys will be there to watch a little bit of practice as well.
Talk to me a little bit about how do you think that helps them on the national level? Because I think that's kind of also why they're going to, expose some of this stuff on social media, kind of show the people that aren't here what's going on here.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. You're trying to raise the stature of the program. Everybody, the only thing they know about Miami in the last 15, 20 years is those 30 for 30 movies. Right. And Sean Taylor. Those are the messages that the national audience knows about Miami. They don't know them about being champions or winning. So all of the kids who are being recruited have never seen the program win. Well, how do you sort of bring that aura back? You have all these guys come to town, be around the program, have a Jason Taylor in the program. It's just raising the level of sexiness, right, of Miami. And ultimately, it's going to be wins that win these recruits over, right? It's going and winning 10, 11, 12 games, being in the playoff, winning an ACC championship. That's what's going to raise the stature of this program. But for right now, getting the level of excitement, getting people to want to commit, getting people to say, hey, I want to be a part of this right now. These are sort of the little parlor tricks that you got to do, man, so you can convince some of these elite kids to come down here and visit and be a part of it. And that's what happened yesterday. A lot of kids that have been visiting during their spring break, visiting the campus, had to have been blown away to see all of the elite people that are on staff here and are part of that coaching clinic. So, that's what you got to do when you're playing catch up. And Mario Cristobal, he's a great recruiter. He's going to do a great job being in these guys here. But to physically see Jimmy Johnson, physically see a Jason Taylor, Ed Reed, all the guys, all the Hall of Famers, that's how you make this program sexy again at a national level.
So they got their own commitments from their own Talladega Nights, Bobby and Robbie.
That's right. Robbie is the 4-star athlete. He's 5'11", 175, and Bobby's a little bigger, 6'3", about 215. He's a linebacker, 3-star kid. Both of them played for Miami Killian last year. I covered their dad and his recruitment pretty extensively. Bobby had an issue at with his grades and I think his test scores. They were questioning his test scores back in the day, back in like 2003, 2004, when I was the high schools guy for the Miami Herald. And he ended up going to NC State, and then I think, had an issue there as well. Ended up at Eastern Kentucky. Didn't have a great college or pro career, but super talented guy, one of the best players to come out of Dade County. And so obviously his kids, his two boys, his twins, are phenomenal athletes just like him. And so good pickup for Miami yesterday to be able to get, both of those kids early on in the process. But I'll tell you, depending on how many kids leave early for the draft or head for the transfer portal, there's not like there's a ton of space in the Miami class for scholarships, etc. So we'll see how that thing changes as the year progresses. But right now, those two kids want in, and Mario took their commitments.
All right, and I know that stuff isn't won here during these practices, but Mallory's a little banged up and maybe didn't necessarily live up to expectations. Who are the other guys that could be challenging this year behind him?
Yeah, well, certainly Elijah Arroyo is a stud. I mean, he was part of the recruiting class a year ago, came in, played a little bit, had a touchdown against Pittsburgh on that long sort of trick play that Miami ran. And, solid kid, elite kid in terms of top 5, top 10 in his position. I don't know how serious the Mallory injury is. When I get back off vacation and home, and I can call a few people and text and get a little information. Hopefully, I can find out how bad it really is. But obviously, it's not good when you're starting tight end who had a good second half last year. He was terrible the first half with drops and struggles, but the second half of the year he was productive. I thought he played well enough to be the starter again going into next year, and so we'll see what happens. We're paying for parking, by the way, so if you're hearing a bunch of people talk, that's what's going on, brother.
What the hell? They're not supposed to charge you, bro. You're Manny Navarro. Don't you know that?
Hey, listen, man. If I worked for the Mouse, it probably would happen. If I was working for
Flex
ESPN,
the
but I'm not,
muscles,
so.
bro. Flex the muscles. Let's go. You're Manny Navarro, bro. You're big time. They gotta
I know,
understand
brother.
that. Jesus.
I understand, brother.
All right. So what's the plan today? Where you at? You're going to which park?
We're going to Magic Kingdom today. We're going to the traditional one. You know, the kids have been here a couple of times, but the youngest one was really little when she came, so now she will be able to actually get on a few more rides.
Nice.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! They hooked us up. We got the preferred parking. Look at that. They heard you. See?
Told you.
They heard you.
Told you. Hey, but
All
you
right.
didn't. I had to go flex your muscle. I mean, come on, bro. I mean,
Hey, they said you work for us? Okay.
I mean,
I
come
don't know,
on.
man. Did you pay for it, honey? How did we get the parking? What happened? They gave it to us. All right. See, look, that's all your work again, Big O.
The power of the Big O show. There we go.
That's what it is, man.
And get your vacations in before we start the weekly show that you're going to be doing here soon. Because that's
right.
That's getting close, by the way. But anyway, before I let you go, so what's the plan? By the way, what is your favorite snack in Disney World? Because for me, I've always got to get the Oreo Mickey Mouse ice cream. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's like it's shaped like the mouse. See, she knows. She's a veteran. She gets it. What's wrong with you, bro? You don't even know about the mouse ice cream?
I like the fried dough, the elephant ear type stuff, man. I'm more a fan of that with the powdered sugar. But I mean, the ice cream's good too, brother. I mean, there's really no losing when you're at Disney, right? I mean, it's always going to be good.
It's true. By the way, where do you get an elephant ear in Disney?
Where is it? Is it by not too far from the carousel, right? From the in that area there.
Yeah, in the carnival area,
kitty area. You mean the carousel, like GE carousel or whatever? Or,
no, when you go over by the kiddie rides, the flying Dumbos and the carousels,
the flying Dumbo. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So by Dumbo, there's a funnel cake.
Yeah. Fat guys can find fried food.
There's some funnel cake. Yeah, okay. Man. We smell it out, man. We know what it is.
I love the funnel cake, bro. I didn't know there was any funnel cake there. Wow. Yeah. That's good right there.
Good stuff.
Are you going to go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Do they still have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? I'm not sure if they still have that.
How about Eastern? If you had wings, are you going to go on that? No,
I don't. None of that exists anymore. Oh man,
you're not going to watch some of those. You're not going to go down Main Street to go watch Steamboat Willie in the movie. Come on, it's playing in the theater. Come on, what's wrong with you? No.
Hey, listen, the kids they like Splash. They like Splash Mountain. They like the big mountain roller coaster thing on the train. All that kind of stuff is what they enjoy, brother.
Nice, of course. That's a good stuff. Have you ridden the one over on Animal Kingdom? The whatever that animal is that big.
Yeah. I've done that one before as well. It's good. That one was fun actually. We did that one about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that actually is good. All right, go enjoy your day. Enjoy the family. Enjoy the funnel cake. Save me some.
All right, brother. I'll see if I bring you back. Thank you for the preferred parking spot. I owe you one.
We hook you up, bro. That's what we're here to do, bro. We're a full service show here. All right, my brother. You be good.
It was perfect timing, man. It was perfect timing on your part.
Everybody knows
right, brother,
premium parking. You got to be doing an interview on the Big O Show in order for that. All right, dude.
Hi, girls. You're on. There you go. There you go.
Hi, girls. Hi. Hey, make Dad buy everything. You want shirts. You
Oh,
want
that's what they
hats,
do. They did that
you
yesterday,
want
man.
candy. You want everything. Dad will give you everything. Go ahead, girls. Ask for it all.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you
Later.
See you, man.
There you go. Manny Navarro spending a lot of money at Walt Disney World.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Can't wait to go back, bro. I want to go to the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I mean, it's probably one of the greatest rides of all time. And then after I get off the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I'm gonna get on the gondolas and go across also. You know,
I don't even think the Dumbo rides are there anymore.
no, Dumbo is.
Is it still there?
Yeah, Dumbo.
Because they were redoing that the last time I was there. That whole area was
No,
kinda getting
Dumbo's still there. They've actually dressed it up and all that. But no, Mr. Toad is gone, obviously.
Yeah.
Eastern is gone. The whatever that carpet ride was that was across from Eastern is also gone. It's where Lilo and Stitch is. It was some carpet around the world.
I have not
or
been
something.
to Disney in for a while.
What are the other ones that are gone? You can't see Steamboat Willie anymore because the theater in Main Street is gone. It's like a souvenir place now. I'm trying to remember what's the other. But I'm trying to think of things that are gone that used to be there from back in the day. Because of course I'm old, so I remember a lot of the stuff. I don't think they renamed the Dumbo. Maybe it is like sponsored, but it's still a Dumbo ride. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that are gone. There's a couple of others, but I'm forgetting now, so I can't. Oh well. I missed the Penny Arcade. There you go, Eddie. Eddie. Oh, there's Eddie Lepp. Eddie, we're in town, bro. Eddie's the one that started it all. Eddie, we broadcast live June 9, 10, and 13 at your place. That's right. That's right. Scott Fox came through, baby. We are set. We are ready to go. So we'll be there. We'll be at Tortugas Flagler Beach. That's the name of the place, Tortugas Flagler Beach. Okay? How about that? And we're going to go see the Interrupters on Sunday in Jacksonville. All right, Eddie. We will see you there. Yes, Omar is today, Richard. Yes. The best part about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea were really 6 inches under the water. It's like you looked out the window, and then if you look up, all you have to do is look up and you'll see like, the water is right there. It's like you're really not under 20. You're not 20 inches under the water. Forget 20,000 leagues under the sea. So yeah, that was the best part about it.
Why are you ruining my childhood? I always thought I was so far under. Man.
Kenneth Cleveland is live from the Boom Boom Room. He says, no more 20,000 leagues under the sea. It's gone. No, we know that. We know that, my man. We know that.
It's actually been like 3 things since, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Ian from Brooklyn says, shit, I like Reason. Why the hate? Who's hating on Reason? Oh, okay. Oh, Reason's a good dude. Why you guys don't hate on Reason, bro? Let's see. What else do we have here? I still can't believe Tyreek is a Dolphin and his agent tried to kiss him in the mouth. Drew did say that's a lie. It's not true. It's not true.
So that means it's probably 100% true, right?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Oh man. I'm about 20 minutes behind. But I was listening to the Brady garbage yesterday on the ride home, and they're completely out of control with it. I'm familiar with Dale Arnold. He isn't usually this nuts. Yeah, he just probably had a nice guest 2 years ago, and so he's doing it again. There you go. Is the Tiki Room still there? Yes, it is. They still do the Tiki Birds are still there. Yep. What they added was right in front of it was that carpet ride. That's the new one. Not new. I mean, it's been there 10, 15 years or whatever. But that's kind of what they've added over time. And then obviously the Pirates of the Caribbean has been adjusted several times for more Jack Sparrow stuff and all that kind of stuff. Big O, where did you get that hat? Caneswear. Go to caneswear.com, one of our great sponsors. Caneswear.com. You can have it delivered right to your house. If you can't drive to Davie, go to caneswear.com and order the hat and have it delivered. All right? I hate the Tiki Room. Darth Logan, here's the thing, my brother. Let me explain something to you about Disney World. All right, Darth? Because this is how you got to handle this. Okay? You never allow them to take you to the Tiki Room early in the day. You never allow them to take you to the Hall of Presidents early in the day. You never allow them to take you to the more boring ones early in the day. You wait till midday, late. Why? That's when you sleep, my man. You know, the wife, the daughter, the aunt, the mother-in-law, they're all enjoying the Tiki thing, and I'm sleeping, bro. I'm napping. I got to get a power nap in. It's all about strategy, Darth. Use it to your advantage. You're up for, Space Mountain, right? You're up for the Pirates of the Caribbean, but you sleep in the President's Hall. That's what you do, buddy. Filler Magic. I sleep. I have an alarm at Filler Magic. You know what it is? The strawberry pie that hits me at the end. Wow. Whoa, okay, it's over. I could get up and walk away. That's the key, my brother. Darth, you gotta use strategy behind it. You're walking around all day, Hollywood studios, all this and that. Don't allow them to take you to the Little Mermaid early. No, honey. No, let's walk. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Oh, I'm tired. Let's walk over to the Mermaid. And then they're enjoying the Mermaid, and you're, that's just the way it is, dude. What's that?
Did you take a lot of naps?
Yes. Got to catch up, bro. Got to catch up in Disney. That's your chance, man. Oh, knows that's what the Carousel of Progress is for. That's right, bro. Now is the time. Now is the best time. Here is the time for joy or life. Life is a prize. Live every minute. All right, go ahead.
What's the ride in, is it Spaceland, wherever?
Yes, the Wedway.
Yes, there we go.
You got to sleep in the Wedway. Yes. Of course. It's all about strategy, gentlemen. I'm not talking to the ladies. I'm talking only to the guys. The ladies, they're decent people. Us guys, we're slobs. We're despicable. But that's how you got to handle it, man. See, now some of you are I know some of you are going, damn it, dude, after all these years, had it right. Now, some of you are like, that's what I've been doing, for years. But you got, again, strategy. Don't allow them to take you to the boring ones early. The boring ones are a little bit later, so you can charge the battery, man. It's awesome because you get up and you're like, all right, you feel fresh. right? You get up and now you can go get like a soft drink or something and you're ready to roll. Then like 2 hours later, you got to go find a boring ride and let everybody else just whatever, and you're recharging the battery. You got to have those naps. I'm telling you. Big O got that Disney schedule scam down. You damn right. Damn right. I've been to it so many times. You got to have it. You got to have it right. Richard says, you better make a lot of money with Bitcoin because Disney World has become the biggest ripoff in the United States. I like it. We've changed from Bitcoin's going down to $2,000 to you better make a lot of money with Bitcoin. Hey, by the way, where's all that technical analysis that some of you were giving me that it was going down to 20,000? I got a buddy of mine too. No, I'm waiting till it hits 30 so I can start buying. And I keep telling him over and over, bro, it's about DCA. Dollar cost average, dude. Dollar cost average all the way down, bro. Because you don't know when it hits bottom. And it never hit, so he never bought. It never even got to 33. It hit a smidgen of 34, and then it took off. Now we're at 45, and we got people like, oh, it's going to hit 20,000. No, it's not, bro. It's not. Oh, love it. Love it. Yes, the Carousel of Progress. Yes, it's a great place to nap. Darth did say, I do nap during the Carousel of Progress. Who doesn't nap during the Carousel of Progress? You have to, man. And see, Chad says People Mover is always a good break ride, too. Exactly. And you know what? If you've been in it enough times, you might fall asleep in the haunted house, bro. Even at one moment, the haunted house is a recliner. Right? When it goes up the stairs, it goes backwards, and you're like, yeah. You're like, I mean, that is life right there. That is beautiful, man. There is that. Let me tell you, the haunted house is one. And if you have the whole thing to yourself, you know, which is kind of boring. I don't even know I don't think I've ever ridden the haunted house by myself, but I'm just thinking about that. That's like a nice 10-minute nap. If you can, like, you know, I mean, for a moment, you'll have a couple of ghosts with you on one part of the ride while you're sleeping. They won't really bother you much. But outside of that, it's going to be all right. Hunter Butler chiming in with a little love from Super Chat. He says, I think you guys been to Disney one too many times. Oh, dude, I have been to Disney over 100 times. Easy over 100 times. Easy. Okay? Yeah, I've been to Disney a lot. Hell, if you've listened to this show, you know that I used to go and do my show from the ESPN Club 4 or 5 times a year for many years. For many years, I would go up there 4 or 5 times when my daughter was young, and we would go to Disney. We would go to Disney a lot. You got something for me? What do you got?
This is in the world of F1.
Okay, a little Formula One.
Follow everything, right?
Well, yes, everything on this show.
Houthi missile attack reported in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. That is right outside of where they are running the Saudi Arabian GP this week. They were actually practicing on the track when the missile attack happened.
Wow.
So following it right now, but yeah. So
a missile attack. How close was it to the F1 track?
Well, they have some people on the inboard cameras. You can see the smoke from the cars and their indoor.
What city cameras. Are they in?
They're in. I'm guessing in Jeddah because that's where this happened, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
But we don't have a war going on in Saudi Arabia. Do we have a war in the Middle East?
I think there's a conflict going on over there. And
I didn't even know we had some kind of a conflict going on there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
So
that's weird. Oh, by the way, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Mr. Ho Yoon. Thank you, sir, giving us some love on Venmo. Very nice of you, sir. He says the hardest working Miami sports host, hands down. Thank you. Very nice of you. I don't know if it's true, but we do our job, and Sean and I and everybody else, because we got a whole group here. It's not just myself and Sean. We got a whole bunch of people on this platform making it happen. All right. Let's get ready for a little Omar Kelly. The Miami Dolphins are smoking hot in free agency. Is Omar Kelly approving these moves? Let's ask him on our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. The Big O Radio Show is home for the hardcore Dolphins fan. That's why we give you Omar Kelly twice a week. Buckle up. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show.
Howdy, here we are, ready to talk with Omar Kelly in our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. Not Caneswear, but EJD Construction. Yep, that's all right. That's all right. You zigged when you zagged. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. You were depressed. You had like 8 bottles of whiskey next to you at the end of the season, a half bottle empty of Prozac. You were so depressed. Now you get Tyreek Hill, you got Teron Armstead, you got Connor, you got Waddle, you got
I didn't just get Waddle, I had Waddle. Don't
but I'm saying the whole mix now. Now you got some entertainment going on. You're going to have one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. The Dolphins are going to the playoffs, probably the Super Bowl, and going to win it all. How are you feeling? All right. What is wrong with you?
Daughter's daycare got shut down because of COVID. Just had to go get her tested this morning. She's not feeling good, so I'm trying to manage my life. As far as the Dolphins,
damn, you got serious on me. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm all right. I've been up a lot.
I hope she's fine, dude. God,
I hope she's fine too. As far as the Dolphins, killing it in free agency, as they usually do during Steve Ross's tenure. I haven't counted how much money in guaranteed money and how much money in signing bonus they've done. Those are the only 2 numbers I really calculate and factor in. The signing bonus, because that's what the owner has to pay out his pocket right now. And for Tyreek Hill, he just had to come up with a check for $25 million. I don't know about you.
Can you write a check for $25? Can you?
That's not the equivalent of what he has.
That's $25 for Stephen Ross.
That's not the equivalent of what that's not fair. That's not right. What
are you talking about? Have you been to Stephen Ross's house? His toilet paper are $100 bills, bro.
Oh, stop it. Listen.
Come on.
I don't care who you are. I don't care. I really don't care who you are.
You end up with green ass coming out of his house.
I really don't care who you are or how rich you are. Writing a check for $25 million, that ain't easy. That ain't easy.
After you stay at Stephen Ross's house and go to his bathroom, you are eligible to walk into the Federal Reserve because you've got, Bills all over your ass.
And keep in mind that there are a lot of teams where $25 million is their entire signing bonus budget for the offseason.
Think about it. That's the entire Miami Marlins budget right there.
Wow, that's cold-blooded.
Accurate.
But getting back to it, I like what they've done. You know, I came on here last week and I said, "Where's my entrees?" We had a lot of sides. We didn't have any entrees.
Got 2 of them now, bitch.
Well, yeah. Well, we got the chef special. We got surf and turf. Surf and turf.
You went to Shula's Steakhouse and you walked out with that 48-ounce porterhouse, bitch. That's what you got. You didn't get an entree.
I've had that once.
48-ounce porterhouse, baby.
Yeah, I had that once in Indy. I actually ate steak at Shula's in Indy.
You ate the whole 48-ounce?
I believe I did.
It's amazing.
That's
awesome, dude. I couldn't even eat a 24-ounce steak, bro. That's solid, bro. That's amazing.
I think I've had, because I believe there's also like a 72-ounce steak too, and I was just like, yeah.
Oh, no, the 48 gets you on the wall, doesn't it?
Then I didn't have that one. I had the one right under it. I don't know I can't remember what it is.
Somebody help me out there. Isn't the 48 one the one that gets you on the wall? I thought it was. Because it's there's no.
I think the 72 gets you on the wall. I don't know. I'm not sure.
It kind of makes sense.
Makes sense. 72 in the Shula Steakhouse.
What?
Right?
What's that?
It's Shula Steakhouse, correct?
That is true. 72 Shula.
But 72 ounces. Holy crap!
I do believe it's the 72 that gets you on the wall. This is like over a decade ago, and I know I ate a huge, big ass chunk of meat at Shula's Steakhouse once.
Well, I know
but it wasn't the one that gets you on the wall.
Yeah, there's no way I could eat that one on the wall.
Those were in my probably 20s.
Yeah, it's like Samuel says, 48 ounces. That's 3 pounds of meat. I mean, bro, there's no way. There's no way I could do it. No way I could eat 48-ounce steak. No freaking way, dude.
You're not even supposed to eat steak.
No, well, no, I can eat steak. I just can't eat steak often. Like I can have it. I can have it on average once a week, and it won't affect me. But if I eat steak 2 or 3 times in a week, forget it. I'm done. I'll get a gout attack. Or if I have beer a few times in a week, gout attack.
You're not supposed to even drink it.
I have shellfish a couple times a week. Gout attack. But if I have that's what I have to do in my mind. Once I had shellfish, that's it for the rest of the week. I can't have a beer. I can't have steak. I can't have anything. I got to wait a week for it to get out of my system so then I can have any one of those 3 again.
Eric has promised me, Eric from EJG Construction has promised me a Wagyu steak that's going to change my life. And so I'm still waiting on that. And I'm sure you'll get the invite as well.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be there because I won't miss something like that. And when I know I'm going to his house, I don't eat steak prior to that, days before, so I know I can eat, and then days after I will not eat. Because
sometimes
you can't go to Eric from EJD's house, not ready to eat some meat. Yes, sir. What do we got? Oh, Anthony Vega. Thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, my grandfather, Vega, had the 48-ounce and got his name on the wall years ago. So there you go. And he sent a super chat in to put that. So it is 48-ounce, bro. It's 3 pounds of meat, dude.
I got to look it up.
You probably ate the 24-ounce, dude.
I probably ate the 24.
Which, by the way, Omar, oh, my God, it's awesome to eat a 24-ounce, dude.
I know. It's not something I'm proud of. I mean, I know I went. It was one of those things where
it's impressive. It's impressive. I'm impressed that you.
I don't know if I can do it now. I mean, I did that when I was in my 20s. Yeah, I know I was one step under wall status.
Yeah, I was pretty sure the 48-ounce is the one. 72, bro. What do you want to do? Just kill somebody right on the spot?
No, I think there's a 72. I do think there's a 72.
I'm sure there's a maniac somewhere that ate a 72, but I'm pretty sure the one on the wall was 48 because I know that I could never, ever even close to it. I have a buddy of mine that can eat the 48 ounce and then have a couple of desserts and something else and then laugh at you, a half hour later and start eating again. It's like it's like an endless pit, that guy. But I could never do that. I don't have those skills. All right. So,
yep.
They're clearing up more space now. Do you think that there's a J.C. Tretter move waiting because they just freed up some space with Jones and all that? Is that more to accommodate what's going on, or is there a chance that there's another move coming? And I would think it's on the offensive side because it just seems like they want to bring back what's status quo on defense, but on offense, they really want to make a difference. I don't know.
I have heard and have not been able to confirm Honey Badger.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense even though safety is not necessarily a major need, if you want an elite safety, if you want an elite defense, he'd help you get to an elite defense status. And
interesting. That's really interesting.
I don't know if that's going to get done from the standpoint of Honey Badger, and I've even accounted for it. Do you know Honey Badger's made like $90 million during his career?
It's a great player, dude.
He is a great player, but come on, he's a safety. He's a safety.
Yeah, but he's not normal. He's not a normal safety.
Yeah.
He does a lot of shit out there, and he's really, really good. He's got range that is just crazy, man.
There's a connection with Sam Madison, who coached him out in Kansas City.
Okay.
I have not been able to nail it down to the point where I can write it. And I don't know how serious he is, because sounds like Honey Badger's trying to get to a contender. But if he's picking between the Steelers and the Dolphins, neither are contenders, he might want to take that South Florida life. And don't do me like that. Don't look at me like that. Do not look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you trying to say the Dolphins are contenders?
Hey, listen, I can't help you that you're off the Tua bandwagon.
Oh my God!
I can't help you with that.
Okay, all right.
But the fact that Mike McDaniel's in town, they fixed the running game. They got the weapon.
How they fixed the running game? I haven't seen them play a game. I haven't seen them play a game.
You gotta have faith.
You gotta have faith. Is something I don't have.
I know. I saw you at the end of the season. I know.
I don't buy hope.
I saw the empty bottles of whiskey. I saw half the bottle of Prozac. I saw you. You were downtrodden and everything. But I'm here to tell you, you'll be in Arizona covering the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
This is it. The Honey Badger knows that the sweetness run is coming now.
Yeah. I think he's probably leaning towards a couple contenders.
And by the way, when Tua's thrown his 35th touchdown in week 10, okay, you're not allowed on the bandwagon. Okay, I just want you to know that.
Don't want to be on it.
Okay, we're waving at you as we.
I know. Bye to a none.
That's right. Well, and by the way, we can only wave at you with one hand because the other one's holding the trophy. So we're just like Lombardi. Bye, Omar. Lombardi. Bye, Omar. Just say
All right.
And Tua will be there with us, but he's carrying the MVP trophy. So it's just one of those things.
He can't wait. He's got the Super Bowl in one hand and the MVP in the other. He's a little
busy. He's a little busy right now, so But
listen,
Honey Badger knows what's coming. He knows that the Kraken has been unleashed, and everybody looks at him like a geek. But it's chic to be a geek, and
who looks at him like a geek?
Mike McDaniel, and so Mike McDaniel.
Oh, you talking about Mike's a geek? Oh.
Yeah, they look at the geek, but they don't understand that it's chic to be a geek, and it's gonna happen.
He's not geeky. He has style. He's very stylish. He's very stylish. So
and the Honey Badger knows it.
Balenciaga shoes, He's very, very, very stylish. Players will.
What'd you think of Tyreek Hill's reaction on him and all that? It looks he seems to make an impression on all his players, by the way.
Yeah, he's very unique, and I think he's himself, which is I always admire. Not to say that other coaches are not themselves, but he's a weird bird, and he doesn't pretend not to be a weird bird. You understand what I'm saying?
But he's a communicator. He's a connector. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
What I find interesting is that players really like him because he's very relatable and he understands how to connect to this generation of players, and that's generally who people are hiring these days. However, that's always been with him not being in charge of a meeting room, not being responsible for finding a guy, not being the disciplinarian. And unless he anoints somebody else as the disciplinarian, and I don't know how that's going to go because Gase tried it one time with the Rashad Jones punishment and suspension. Gase was like, I want nothing to do with that. Like, you and Bert.
I think the smart coaches, Omar, have veteran players that police the locker room for you.
Whatever, bro. Listen.
You don't believe that? You don't like that?
No. Veteran teams have veteran players that police locker rooms.
That's what I'm saying.
Dolphins do not have a veteran team.
Well, you just added a Teron Armstead who could be
Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill, and newcomers always in their first year sit back and do not really exert their leadership because they're still
Ogba, leader.
Ogba.
Jerome Baker can be a leader. Christian Wilkins can be a leader on this team.
Okay, sure. They're all still young. They're all still green, except for Ogba.
They've all been here years.
Landon's your leader. Landon's your leader. I can't really.
You're just leaning to an old guy.
No, I'm telling you about who the guys who have
Christian Wilkins is a veteran and a leader on this team. He's been here for 4 years, bro. Jerome Baker is a leader.
Christian Wilkins has been here for 3 years.
This is his 4th year, bro.
He's going to be his 4th year. He's not a leader yet.
He's a leader. Of course he's a leader, bro. He's a proven player. He plays well. He's definitely a leader.
Well, has the opportunity to exert himself as a leader now. But
that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's time for Ogba to become a leader here on this team. It's time for Wilkins to be a leader on this team. Jerome Baker can be a leader on this team. Hell yeah. And Teron Armstead has to take a leadership of the offense, dude. He has to lead those offensive linemen, all those guys. He has to be the guy. A lot of those guys have to lean to him. And I understand that Tua also, as a quarterback, has to be a leader, but I understand the dynamics behind it. He has to go out there, ball, and once he balls, then everything then falls into place. But some of these guys like Teron Armstead, they have to become automatic leaders in an offense that needs leadership.
Oh, offense, you're talking, yeah.
Well, on defense, it'll be Christian Wilkins and some of the guys I talked about. They can be the faces on defense, but on offense, a Teron Armstead has to take over right away, Omar. Has to.
Am I back? You hear me?
We hear you.
All right, cool. I'm sorry. Stuff is going down, so people are calling me. Yeah, leadership, sure. Somebody needs to step up. Okay. Like I until you see leadership, you can't account for it. And there are guys,
but you've been around some of those guys. They have those qualities that they can be those.
Yeah, but at the beginning of last year, they really needed leaders to step forward, and nobody did. And it kind of created a complicated dynamic, and eventually they worked their way out of it, and leaders did step forward and step up. But the guys, unfortunately, and I'm just going to be candid, the guys that you think should be the leaders of this team have not been in recent years, and they need to be. They do. That's just reality.
By the way, Raj sent in a Venmo. He says, for Omar, not thrilled about next year.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Why? He says because he's gone. He says because you're leaving.
I'm gonna still be around. Listen,
Oh, so you are gone?
not no paperwork yet. So, listen, I like what they've done. I like the fact that they've helped Tua. They've touched every area of their offense. They're committed, absolutely committed, emphatically to a run game. I've watched now 6 of the 49ers games as Mike McDaniel as play caller, and I've always watched the 49ers just because they play the style of ball. But, man, it's going to take them a minute to implement all of that, what they do. It's not going to look good early unless the O-line is just a beast. But when they finally get their footing and finally gain their comfort level, it's going to be the perfect offense for Tua. It's going to be the perfect offense for this team. You know, what they did by adding Teron Armstead, and we talked about that previously. Now you got Armstead and Connor Williams on one side, and, you know, let's just say Dieter for now is in at center. We'll figure that out later. But on the right side, you got Liam Eichenberg, you got Robert Hunt, you got Austin Jackson, you got Robert Jones, you got Solomon Kinley. Hell, you could throw in Michael Dieter because he's played guard. And you don't know exactly whether he fits this scheme better than he fit the last scheme. Everybody should be losing weight, working on their running, working on their movement skills, working on their agility for this line. And they do have some very talented athletes on the line. And now that they're not going to have to, you know, basically they're going to be able to pin their ears back and get after people. And that's how offensive linemen always love to play.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. And I think you can see in Armstead's excitement about how the offense is schemed. He kind of really felt like
how the talk of the offense being schemed. They haven't even seen a playbook. So, but yes.
But they don't have to see a playbook when you're talking Armstead and McDaniel sit down and talk. They're at another level, and he's just going to explain to them what he's doing.
Talk is cheap, bro. You know how many times Brian Flores says he wants a physical rushing attack, and then they were one of the worst rushing attacks in the NFL.
We're talking about a guy that knows no offense to a guy that actually runs offense.
All right,
we can come on, it's Flores, bro. I mean, you know.
No, let's not do that.
By the way, because I tweeted this out yesterday, any shot this team is this aggressive with Brian Flores, still the coach.
Oh, absolutely. No question.
What?
Oh, absolutely.
This aggressive? No way.
They went for Watson in the season with a first-round quarterback and basically was like, screw it.
That's one player, and here we're talking about offensive line. We're talking about wide receiver.
Do you realize before in the free agency where they got Byron Jones and Eric Flowers, they spent $230-something million.
Got rid of Flowers right away.
Let me finish. And set a record for spending before the Patriots broke their record the next year after that. Like Steve Ross is always aggressive. Steve Ross has now made 6 players.
I'm not saying Steve Ross. I'm saying Brian Flores.
Oh,
I don't think they would have been this aggressive, especially on the offensive side.
They have always been aggressive. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He would have sabotaged.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He would have never bought these 2 linemen.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He would have never made the trade for Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's available, and Brian Flores would have said, do whatever it takes, just like Chris Greer did. Like, don't do that. Teron Armstead, clearly they need a tackle. Could they have landed all of these guys without this new offense and the intrigue of Mike McDaniel? I don't know. But you also were on the verge of landing. You also were on the verge of landing a top 5 quarterback because of Brian Flores. And when he left, that went bye-bye. So don't sit here. We're not going to do that. We're not going to poo-poo somebody. Like, if Mike McDaniels matches...
I've watched him sabotage offenses for a few years now. Yes, I can do that. Yes.
Listen, he didn't sabotage the 2020 offense.
Yeah, because he sabotaged it after it was successful.
Oh, I think this fan base... Listen, and it's 50-50. Did Chan Gailey want to get away from Brian Flores? Yes.
Everybody except you wants to get away from Brian Flores.
Come on, bro. We didn't even like each other. We still don't like each other. Like, don't do that.
I saw you guys smoking a peace pipe on that show.
No, I was doing my job as an interviewer.
I saw you.
We weren't buddy.
To him, I saw you. You were buddy. You were hugging.
No, we were not buddy. We're still not buddy. I'm not. I believe in
high-fiving, low-fiving, elbowing.
Absolutely.
All that.
Are you crazy?
I saw you
passive aggressive during
I saw you and Flo doing the kid and play.
Whatever. Let's not do that. Steve Ross has always been aggressive. If you put an elite player in front of Steve Ross, he's going to say, "Go get it," and that's what they did. There's no, and did they give up a lot of capital for it? Absolutely. It violates my fundamental belief that I've had since the Brandon Marshall trade.
But they had no choice. They have no choice. They have to find out about Tua in the next 2 years before they have to pay him in year 5.
Oh, so you mean there's something to find out?
So they have to. Yeah, they have to. Yeah, even just because I know he can play doesn't mean that he has played yet. So now you go out and get him what he needs, and now over the next 2 years, he'll prove to you that he's the guy, and now you can move forward. They have no more time for development anymore.
I wish
they had to spend the money. I get why they're doing what they're doing. I totally understand.
I wish they would have done what it took to go get a real tight end. But with that said,
who was available? Who's available? Who's available?
No, I'm just saying back then, before they signed Durham Smythe, before they tagged Gesicki.
Who was available?
Anyway, we're not going to
you can't pull it out of your ass and say they had to go get a real tight end.
O.J. Howard, better than both of them.
Oh, come on. He hasn't done anything yet.
Okay. He hasn't done anything yet because Gronk took his job.
I'm a huge O.J. Howard believer, but we're wrong on O.J. Howard.
Okay. I'm telling you we're not. I'm telling you we're not.
Well, so far we are, bro. We have to remember we're wrong, Omar.
I watched 4 years destroy Minka Fitzpatrick in a week of practice.
Dude, 4 years in and
made Minka quit his position.
Play but O.J. Howard.
Made Minka's mama call Brian Flores. O.J. Howard did that.
I love O.J.
Minka's
Howard.
Mama called Brian Flores.
But how are you going to say he's better when offensively he's never done anything that Gesicki's done?
Listen. I don't need the offensively. I need a real tight end and somebody better than Durham Smythe. Do you know Durham?
I get it.
Started 41 NFL games.
But you pulled a guy that hasn't accomplished it yet.
What?
You pulled out a guy that hasn't accomplished it yet.
Durham Smythe is he better than Durham Smythe?
Who, OJ?
Yes.
Yeah, I would probably take him over Durham Smythe on potential.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
That's
all I'm saying. For $2 million extra, you do it. You do it. They didn't. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but we're still kind of projecting still. You know what I mean? As much as I like O.J. Howard, he has not crossed that threshold, man.
Maybe Hunter Long becomes that player. I don't know. We'll see. But as I was saying, the only thing I wish they would have done on offense.
By the way, did Flo give you any extra insight on Hunter there? Is that what you're saying?
On Hunter?
I'm just busting your balls. Go ahead, bro. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Hunter. Like, crazy.
No, I'm just saying your friendship with Flo. He might have given.
I do not have a friendship with Flo. Do not say that. There's no. Listen.
He didn't pick up on it the first time, so I had to be like completely like transparent there on this one. So go ahead. All right, go ahead, man.
Do not listen. Do not put that out there. Me and Flo.
I saw your phone. It says best friend, and it
just like you did me and Gaze. Me and Gaze. I could promise you, Armando's talked to Gaze. Beasley's talked to Gaze. Probably Cam's talked to Gaze.
I think Salguero was Gaze's chauffeur.
Shad has talked to Gaze. Everybody's talked to Gaze since he left the Dolphins. I promise. I have not. So we not buddies.
No.
You probably played around the golf with him.
I never said you were buddies with Gase. I said you were buddies with
Flo. You said that like last week. Like, no, I don't. You know what? I don't become buddies with anybody except a couple players. And that's a totally different ball game. I don't become buddies with coaches because they don't like when. What? What'd you say?
Huh? What?
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say?
What?
Huh?
Huh? What?
Listen. I don't become buddies with coaches because they don't like to be criticized.
That's true. That's very true.
And I criticize. That's what I do. The difference is players.
Except for Flo. I mean, you don't really,
Bro, I created a whole laundry list of things that he wasn't doing right and did a checklist a month later.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I saw that hug after the interview, and I was
there was no hug.
I don't know. Man.
We like man it up before it early, but that was before the whole interview. And then after the interview, I'm sure there was no hug. Positive.
I don't know. I heard something about like if you have another kid, he's the godfather or something. I don't know. There was all kinds of reports out there. It's just how that relationship of yours is just growing more and more every day. I get it now. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I get it now. You're leaving the Sentinel to work for the Gazette in Pittsburgh. Gotcha. All right. There we go.
You figured me out.
There we go. Steelers beat writer for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
I ain't a beat writer, bro. No, sir.
Oh, by the way, yeah, we need to know any insight on Jesse Davis. Is he going to Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I haven't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Will Pittsburgh trade for X?
No, they're not even good.
You got insight. That's right. You got insight on that one. Okay, I got you. You got that. Yeah. By the way, do you think X survives this offseason here? Because of all the money that they've given out, and X has got to be looking going, wait a minute. You get guarantees. You get guarantees. You get guarantees. Oprah's giving guarantees. Where's my guarantees? Right?
X won his money. Now you could solve that by you got to give another $25 million in signing bonus to X, and you can make the deal more. He can create cap space with X. Now, will they? I don't know, but that just comes down to amount of.
They just gave Byron Jones more guaranteed money. I'm just wondering what X is thinking right about now when he read that and go, what? Jones getting more guaranteed money? What am I getting? A guarantee right out of here. I'm just reading the writing on the wall, man. How much more space, you got to open up because you got to give him money now.
Listen, I don't think X cares where he's playing as long as he's got his money.
Oh, okay. All right. So what would your professional opinion / insight after you talk to X, will he be here or not when the offseason is done?
Unless Chris Greer is going back on his word, which there's no history of that, they're going to get a deal done. Now, if they can get a deal done.
Chris Greer didn't give a word.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not. Go read the quote again. He left it completely open.
No, we said we're going to try to
expects, or what was it? How he phrased it? There was no definitive.
He said we're not trading X. We're gonna get something done. That's what he said.
No, we read the quote the other day because somebody thought the same thing you did,
okay.
and I corrected them on that. And Sean will look it up now. He left it like we're hopeful a deal or expecting a deal or whatever, but he didn't say X will be here. X will get a deal done.
No, I think the question was about him about trading X, and he was like, "No, we're not gonna." I mean, they know the situation. X wants his money. Like it's.
Here we go. We got the quote for you.
They said he had multiple talks with Xavier Howard on restructuring the cornerback's contract with the expectation he is with the team for the 2022 season.
That's expectation.
That's not a quote. Is that a quote?
That's the quote. That's the quote. That's the quote. He's reading the quote.
Then he said, "I have had he should have said, "I have had multiple conversations with whatever." Yep. But anyway, that's
so expectations is not.
You're
that he's
not
coming
trading
back.
X for a first-round pick. You're not going to get a
I'm
player.
just asking you because there's a lot of guarantees being given out, my brother.
And X wants his guarantee.
And no, all these players, they've given out all this money.
X
And
doesn't care about anything.
and you're hearing maybe Tyrann Mathieu and others are talking about Treader. So I'm wondering, so what's happening with X then? Because now you guaranteed money to Jones.
You can if you do the contract right, you're creating space by restructuring X's contract. Now, how will they do it? I don't know. Will X agree to it? I don't know. But it's a situation where it would make sense and be smart to get it done. But this organization hasn't always done what makes sense or what's smart. And if you're going to trade him, okay, cool. I'm sure there's tons of teams that'll go trade the 18th pick for Xavier Howard. Now the question is, in this watered down draft, are you going to get a player comparable to Xavier Howard for the 18th pick? And the answer is no.
I don't know how many picks they can get for him.
That's
the only other reason why I could see them making moves.
Are you trying to change X into four average players?
No. What I'm trying to tell you is I don't know if they plan on keeping him, if they want to keep him long term, because when you're giving out all this money and you haven't addressed him
Steve
again,
Ross don't care. Steve Ross don't care. Listen, guaranteed money means nothing to Steve Ross. It's a signing bonus.
That's not what I'm saying, Omar. I'm saying the optics of it all, that you're signing all these other people and your established guy, your best player, you're not paying attention to him first. Instead, you're waiting to take care of all business before you take care of him.
No, I think they've been
normal.
doing it I think they've been doing it at the same pace. I don't think that it is at a point where they have a deal done, and certainly there's less wiggle room to work with now. But I don't know what their books look like. Absolutely, without unequivocally. At this present moment, it's something that I do on a regular basis, but the Teron Armstead deal, the real deal, hasn't been reported, so I don't know what their books look like.
By the way, here's the quote you're talking about. I've had multiple talks with Xavier this offseason, had some texts back and forth. We're going to have conversations and see if we can come to some sort of resolution. My anticipation is that Xavier will be here next year. See? There's nothing. He left it completely at my anticipation.
Anticipation is
forth. He left it all open. Well, I anticipated.
For the last 2 years, they've refused to trade him for a first-round pick. So I don't see them trading him for a first-round pick.
They'll trade him for multiple picks, my brother. It's a first and a third.
Yeah, nobody's offering a first and a third. They figured that out, which is why they came back to the table last year.
Have you seen the AFC West now, my friend? If you play defense in the AFC West, you better have multiple corners on your team. So I think if they want to trade Xavier Howard, they don't need to look anywhere but the AFC West and go call them and see if all of those teams have two corners, because I bet you they don't. And I bet you one of them would be willing to trade for a guy like Xavier Howard in that freaking division.
And do they have the cap space to make it work? That's another question.
Well, one of them is on a rookie deal, right?
I don't know.
What? Yeah, Herbert's on a rookie deal. You're not paying him.
Yeah, but didn't they just go get J.C. Jackson?
No, you're the artist of the cap doesn't matter. It's monopoly money.
Yeah, but
but nothing. You can sign the guy in the first year's $5 million. You know that. They can sign him and make it a really manageable deal his first year. They do crazy stuff like that. Dude, we didn't expect Armstead and Tyreek Hill, and we got it, right? So anything is possible. I'm just saying, if you really wanted to trade X, the AFC West, holy crap, there might be teams there might be willing to make all kinds of deals for X because they have to play in that stinking division.
I thought J.C. Jackson went to Oh yes, he did. They got JC. They got JC Jackson, Asante Samuels, and Chris Harris, bro. They're good. They're all right.
Yeah. I okay.
They don't need a cornerback.
Okay, and look at the other three teams.
Bro, you're gonna make me look at everybody's depth chart.
I'm just telling you, the Raiders need him. I can already tell you that. I know they're corners. They can use him.
Man.
I can tell you that. And, oh, by the way, you're getting rid of the in Kansas City. They're cleaning house. They're getting rid of Tyrann Mathieu. You can use X then. What the hell? You know, if you're playing in that division, you're going to need corners.
Yeah, you're right on Kansas City, but then do they have cap space?
And how about the Raiders? Well, they have the cap space because they're freeing it up now. You know what I mean?
Now you're gonna make me look at cap space.
I don't need you to look at cap space. That's an article for you now down the line. Now you can after you call X now and find out, yo, what's going on? Are you leaving? And then you'll be able to write an article.
X is fine. Like they'll figure it out. He'll hold out the first 2 weeks of camp, and they'll figure it out.
Have you spoken to T.J. Watt yet?
T.J. Watt.
He plays for the Steelers. Come on, Jesus Christ!
What about T.J. Watt? Why would
you're working for you got a job with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette? That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God!
It just
figured me out.
It just goes over the man all the time, all the time. All right, so what are you working on the Sun Sentinel? Dolphins Super Bowl Tua MVP. I was completely wrong. Opinionated article. Is that what's going on?
Well, I was completely wrong about what?
Tua. You know, you might as well prepare that. You might as well
I
prepare that article.
Completely wrong by saying that he's going to change the trajectory of the franchise. You're right. Correct.
I'm telling you. Should prepare that article because by November, December, I can see that article coming
That's
out.
Right. I was wrong. He's not going to change
in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette that you'll be writing and saying, hey, you know, when I was a Dolphins writer, I said Tua wasn't the guy. I have to admit, you know, do they play the Steelers this year?
I don't know. I doubt it.
They do, huh?
They do.
I think that you're on the beat and you don't even know if the Steelers play the Dolphins.
I ain't gonna be here, bro.
I know you're in Pittsburgh. You should know their schedule. So after Tua pounds the shit out of the Steelers this year, you'll write the article going, you know, when I was in Miami,
absolutely,
they play the Steelers.
Yeah, they play in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium. Flores comes back.
Look, see. You come back, you're freezing your ass off in Pittsburgh or Flores. You come back to Miami, you write the article, Tua kicks their ass, and you say, look, I was wrong. And the reason why the Steelers stink now is because I'm on the beat with the Steelers. And the reason why the Dolphins are great is because I
got off. Yes, it's my fault.
That's it. And you can take the blame for it all, lie on the sword, and it'll be a great article, a great column.
I am the blame for all Dolphins mediocrity.
I think the Dolphin fans around the world will frame that article of yours.
My first season was John Beck. Then I moved to Chad Henne. Then I moved to, I'm not even going to disrespect Matt Moore and say I moved to him because he didn't have the team. Then I moved to Ryan Tannehill. Then we moved to...
Yeah, you give more love to Matt Moore than Tua Tagovailoa.
Wow. I see why people don't trust journalists nowadays.
Yeah, they get off bandwagons really quick. Boy,
I've never
suffers a rib injury, thumb, no line, no coaching. Oh, he's got to be terrible.
And I say that on a regular basis to those who will listen, except for Tuanon, because it's not good enough. It's never good enough for Tuanon. They're like ungrateful little children.
We're spoiled.
One minute you don't give them a snack. And it's a tantrum.
That's it.
Doesn't matter if they just got a snack.
Well, I can tell you this. I already have my Airbnb in Arizona. I am ready to go for Super Bowl week.
I don't believe you. You're a liar.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I have Sean right now looking for a donkey that does cocaine for our parties. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun out there. We're gonna have parties every single night, and once Tua wins the Super Bowl, All hell will break loose. That's it. I'm just
all hell will break loose once Tua wins the Super Bowl.
That's right. It's going to happen. What are you working on, the Sun Sentinel or the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette? Which one? I don't know which one it is, but
a thorough breakdown about what is left to address now that we done ball till we fall.
Okay.
So figure out what we can get with it with the 3rd round draft pick.
All right. Make sure, folks, you subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel while Omar is still there. Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly. And we'll catch you on Monday, my friend. Have a terrific weekend.
All right, man. I'll let you.
You got it. There you go. Great. Omar Kelly.
You've been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with Omar Kelly. For additions, home remodeling, or custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is the custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
TV tweets out that St. Peter's to Purdue tonight. And it says, nope. The fact that Peacock's men's basketball team has taken their next step in their historic run, and it's happening on National Peacock Day, is no flocking coincidence. And Peacock TV tweets it out. That's funny. That's good stuff, man. And good one by Omar Kelly. Good stuff by Omar. He's a good sport, man. I hope he stays, by the way. I don't want him to go anywhere. I love Omar, man. He's a good dude. Let's see. Give Cocaine Donkey some Nature B instead. Nah, because that's not fun.
You won't believe how many listings there are for cocaine donkeys.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a
talent. Booming industry.
Yeah, it's a talent. And they don't stick around very long. That's the problem. So they get replaced quickly. Let's see. Going to be a lot of crow eating mofos around here when Tua maxes out. I'm with you. Tua haters are just realists. I don't get why it's so much hate for this guy. Don't see the talent, the pure arm talent. Well, it is what it is. You're either on one side or the other. You either believe or you don't. Jorge Luis Ochoa says, TD is a troll, period. I always look for... Oh, I don't know what this is. You guys are talking about other people. We're on this show. Red Horse Adventure. Omar will be waving the terrible towel soon. That's right. No horrible hanky for him. He gets the terrible towel. If we win the Super Bowl, you're cursed, Omar. Need to cut your hair and burn it on the Shula Highway. Let's trade Omar to Pittsburgh for a case of Rolling Rock and a dozen Primanti's Brothers sandwiches. Hey, Primanti Brothers are pretty good, bro. That's... I'm not saying that we get rid of Omar for the sandwich, but let's not make the sandwiches sound like it's, just a sandwich. You ever had a Primanti sandwich? Pretty good, bro. They do a nice job. Omar and Big O need their own sports debate show. Hilarious. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. If I could get Omar on more here, I would. I mean, eventually, hopefully, the platform will be able to expand and we'll be able to add other hosts down the line. But that's a whole different kind of process that that has to develop. In other words, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be carrying anybody. Get my drift? So it's not. No. You work here because you can carry your weight. Is the idea here on this platform. If you can't carry your own weight, you cannot be on the platform. So, it's one of those type of deals. If you understand what I'm saying. Let's see. Big O, I was thinking about Joe's comment yesterday about players taking discounts for franchise QBs. Well, I didn't see Hill and Adams take a pay cut to stay with the franchise QBs. Just saying. It's all narratives, dude. It's all a bunch of crap. In the end, All these guys, they believed in Tua and they believed in Mike McDaniel and they believed in the Dolphins. Sure, they got paid, but they were going to get paid anyway. So Teron Armstead, you saw what he said yesterday in his press conference. I had to take my time. I had to decide about everything, weigh all the options. He had to, if he's going to get his money in New Orleans. So if he felt that Jameis Winston was going to turn the corner, then he just stays there, dude. Everything's entrenched for him there. Foundation and all. Now he's got to move foundation. Now he's got to move his family. Now he's got to come here. So he felt that Tua was the guy. Not just Mike McDaniel, but that, hey, this youngin', we can win with this guy. And I get it for you Tua haters. You see one thing. Some of us see another, like myself. I see a kid that can play. He's not the problem. Everything else has been the problem. That's the way Teron Armstead sees it. That's the way Connor Williams sees it. That's the way, what's it called? The Dallas receiver. Now I'm forgetting the kid's name. That's the way the Cheetah sees it. Sure, they got paid, but they also must have felt like, okay, McDaniel, Tua, this combination is going to work. And like you said now, Davante Adams had the quarterback and he left him for a lesser quarterback. And it's his friend that he played with in Fresno and he lives in Vegas. But he left. He left what's Aaron Rodgers? The second best quarterback in the NFL? I don't know which one. 1, 2, 3, split hairs. Who cares? You know what I mean? What are we talking about? And he left him. And we got the guy that left Pat Mahomes. So they weren't willing to go that. Obviously, Kansas City wants to rebuild. And I get it. They won their championship. They paid their quarterback. They're in a different place. It kind of makes sense. If you know how to draft, then you'll rebuild again, and then you'll get back to where you want to be again. And I told the station in Kansas City 2 days ago. So what do you think this loss with Tyreek? I go, yeah, it's a setback for them, but you got Andy Reid, bro. They'll figure it out, and they'll be fine, and they'll be great again. So plenty of people and players that play the game, they're coming here to Miami also. And they're competitors, man. Teron Armstead's not coming here just to lose. He's going to make money either way, but he must have felt like Tua can do it. All of these guys must have felt Tua's good enough. And then McDaniel must have convinced them, hey, look, man, this and this was going on. We're going to change everything about this, and this, and this. Let me explain it to you. And he can talk to them at their level. We're not at their level. Time will answer all. But everybody wants to spin it one way or another. And it's all to kind of fill your narrative. Because in the end, there is no definitive answer with Tua. He's not a success and he's not a failure. But those of you that don't believe, you feel he's a failure. Those of us that believe feel like he can succeed, but it's been the other elements around him. So now, those of us that believe, guess what? The elements have been eliminated. Now he's got everything he needs. He's got the coaching. He's got the players. No more excuses. Let's go find out. But if he does ball, don't make excuses. Give the kid credit. See, it's like my conversation right now with Omar. He automatically made O.J. Santiago, not Santiago, right? O.J. Howard. O.J. Howard, he automatically made him better than Gesicki. Omar's dead wrong on that, bro. Mike Gesicki's accomplished a hell of a lot more. And I love O.J. Howard coming out of Alabama. I thought he was going to be a dynamic player, a two-way player and everything, but I have to call it like I see it. O.J. Howard has not crossed that threshold. Any of us that thought he was going to be a stud in the NFL, we're wrong, man. You're wrong. I'm wrong. Now, if you thought O.J. Howard wasn't going to be much, you're right now. At this moment, you're right. I'm wrong. Maybe Omar doesn't want to admit it, but we're wrong at this moment. And O.J. Howard in no way, shape, or form is better than Mike Gesicki right now. Do I know that O.J. Howard can block better than him? Of course I know that. But I have not seen him to be the dynamic pass catcher, not even close to what Mike Gesicki is. Not even close. You got to admit when you're wrong, okay? And I do this on the show. I'll tell you when I'm right, and I'll tell you when I'm wrong, dude. I got no problem with it because there's no freaking way I'm always going to be right. It's impossible. So if Tua balls, give the kid credit. GM Hindsight, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says the pressure is off Tua. No, I think it actually has increased, my friend. The pressure of dealing with a hostile coach, of carrying the offense by himself, the pressure of masking a horrible offensive line, the pressure of terrible play design, all that pressure is gone. Actually, now you're right. You are right.
It's just a different type of pressure.
I was thinking of the other pressure that now, okay, all of that is gone. Now there are no excuses now. So now you've got to perform. But GM Hindsight, great tweet. You are correct. Because that does add to the burden of being the quarterback on this team, having to deal with all those things you talked about, GM Hindsight. I agree with you, my brother. Excellent text. And thank you, as always, for the super chat. Very kind.
Hey, O.
Hey, Sean.
Today, Deshaun Watson's going to be introduced as the Cleveland Browns franchise quarterback, correct?
Nice, yes. And
the ownership will not be there. It will just be the GM and the head coach. The ownership are going to do a Zoom conference call at 3:00 after the press conference.
Okay.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Face your franchise and you're not going to.
By the way, Rose Marley, thank you for the love on the Cash App. I know that we're going to talk to Cameron Wolf in a minute here. Since you mentioned that, can you pull up the KSDT Sports Business Report a second? I want you to pull up the KSDT Sports Business Report since that's what you mentioned. Go ahead. Fire it off, baby. All right. When sports and business collide, and it's an interesting story, that's what makes up the KSDT Sports Business Minute. And you just talked about that Deshaun Watson is going to be introduced today, and the owners will not be present. They will do a conference call later, correct? Well, Cleveland Browns sponsors have been actually reached out to. Why? Because they wanted to ask them about the signing of Deshaun Watson. So, apparently, after Deshaun signed his 5-year, $230 million contract, he still faces 22 civil complaints from female therapists who accused him of a range of sexual misconduct, right? So The Athletic reached out to 16 Brown sponsors, from the biggest to the stadium naming rights partner, First Energy, to every gate sponsor like KeyBank, to practice facility partners, Cross Country Mortgage. The response, largely silence, with few no comments. A First Energy spokesman said he had passed on the question to more senior colleagues, but then said he did not have permission to disclose a person's name or contact details. I'm going to say no comment to that. So they reached out to Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light is a Brown sponsor. No reply. They reached out to all kinds of people. KeyBank, a major financial institution in Ohio, wrote a statement. We are aware of the allegations and investigation involving Deshaun Watson. Questions regarding those allegations and related investigations should be directed to the Cleveland Browns and the National Football League. Shocking. Brand advisor Doug Shablin says, when informed that the Browns sponsors were either not replying or not commenting, they're all waiting on the NFL. The Browns to figure out their game plan. They made a decision on what to do on the field. They're going to sign him, and I know that they've probably been working on what their messaging is going to be and what they should do and say on all these different things. So I think it's probably a work in progress because it's very sensitive. Okay? So they have a hospital sponsor. It says your trusted partner in OBGYN and women's health. The hospital, though, is just a team sponsor. These are the issues that you have to deal with when sports and business collide. And the Deshaun Watson mess. And they just had another grand jury in another county look at the allegations. And this was a criminal one. And they weren't, and they did not press charges. So he is free again on any kind of criminal complaints because the other complaints were all in one county. This one was on a separate county. So they had to have a separate court system listen to the charge, and there was no charge. So now it's up to the civil complaints. But again, we still don't know what's going to appear throughout this whole civil process. But it's not just a player. It's not just a team. It's not just a fan. It's the sponsors and the money involved. That's your KSDT Sports Business Minute. Let's close that out, and then we talk to Cameron Wolf. All right, but that is your KSDT Sports Business Minute.
This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT CPA is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax and accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit online at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370. We unleash the Wolf Pack as we get the latest in the NFL and the Miami Dolphins with our KSDT CPA Pro Football Report with NFL Network insider Cameron Wolf. KSDT is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT CPA is a full-service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit them at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370. Here's NFL insider Cameron Wolf.
All right, the Wolfpack has been unleashed. So is the Wolfpack giving the Miami Dolphins an A+ so far this offseason?
What's good, Big O? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. You didn't hear me initially? I said, is the Wolfpack giving the Miami Dolphins an A so far this offseason? Oh, he dropped? Okay, we lost him. Okay, wait. He's trying to pop.
Very weird.
All right, there we go. You got it? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Very weird.
Very weird? Yeah, you have your earpiece on?
Hello?
Yeah, you got me? All right, can you hear me, Cam?
Yeah,
right,
your audio is coming on a little weird, man.
Let's get him on phone. We'll get you on phone. Let's drop them and let's go on phone, and that way we'll be able to hear it, and we don't have to do the video because the video is too heavy when you're out mobile. Big O, could it be that the Browns are holding on to Baker Mayfield to hold the fourth down until Watson is cleared? But what if Watson's issues? No, you know, Baker's too emotional. You got to get rid of him already. The problem is who wants Baker? That's your bigger problem, my brother. That funny thing about Carolina don't want him, and they don't want, and he doesn't want Carolina. I mean, that's just a joke. You know what I mean? There's some talk, even the Bucks now, to trade Baker down to be the backup to Brady. So Brady's there for a year or two, and then you take over. Then Baker takes over. That kind of stuff. It's over for Baker in Cleveland, one way or another. Dude, he had a great running game. He had everything he needed to win over there, and he couldn't get it done. So he's going to face a lot of the things that Tua's now going to face for some of you out there that are, you don't believe in the kid. This is your way now to, go after him if he doesn't perform and all that stuff. Okay, we got him now. All right, we're gonna get Cam Wolf back on here, and it'll be much better with the phone. All right, Cam, you hear me there? You good?
Yeah,
All right.
I did, man. I don't know what was going on. It sounded like he was coming over as like a robot. I could not hear it.
Video is heavier, bro. When you're out where you're at right now, it's harder for it to be clean. All right, so is the Wolfpack giving the Miami Dolphins an A so far for this offseason?
Oh, absolutely. I think we talked about this last week, Big O, right? We were waiting for their big splashes. They made a few different good, solid splashes. But, boy, Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill, how much bigger splashes can you make to fix that offense, to build around Tua? Absolutely an A. I think they've had the best offseason of any team so far, in my opinion. So, you don't win any Super Bowls in March.
Nope.
But they have definitely won the court of public opinion of improving their roster around their quarterback.
All right, so what's the craziness now that they guaranteed some more money for Jones so they can free up more cap space. Meanwhile, X has not gotten any money, and X wants to get paid. And I can't imagine this is sitting well with X, that they continue to add players and new players are getting money, and he's sitting there going, how about me? But so far, they've been quiet on that front. What do you hear?
Yeah, absolutely. X certainly wants to get paid. I actually talked to him right after the Tyreek Hill deal got done, and he said, yeah, it's crazy, but also they got to take care of me. So I know that that's something that's a priority for him. Chris Greer is going on record saying he's going to do it, but as of now, there hasn't been significant progress towards a deal at this point. So maybe that's the next big step, because I do believe that if X doesn't get a new deal, it'll be like last year where he wants to sit out in camp and possibly request a trade. So I don't think that this is going to be a situation that goes away without a new deal. But as of now, there's no deal imminent from what I've heard.
All right, so if there's no deal imminent, they're freeing up space. People are talking about the Honey Badger, maybe Treader at center. There's even that crazy Tom Brady story, which I'm not believing whatsoever. But as for Treader or the Honey Badger, is there any truth to maybe freeing up money for them? Are they done? Do you think there's still another big move left for the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, I mean, the Tyreek Hill deal came out of nowhere, so I can't say they're done. I can't be completely on that spectrum, but I do know they were over the cap after they made the move for Tyreek Hill. So the Jones restructure, more than anything, was to get them cap compliant and have them a little bit of flexibility. They're in a situation where they still have some moves they can make if they wanted to make another big splash. But I don't think Treader's on their radar from what I had heard about a day or two ago. I hadn't heard much at all on Honey Badger, but obviously he would be a huge addition. I think for them, I'd expect that these are probably their two biggest splashes of free agency, the free agency period, Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill.
So Cam Wolf, of course, joining us here with our KSDT Miami Dolphins and NFL report. Cam, Devontae Parker, brother, I saw where Barry Jackson wrote that Devontae Parker could be available, and even the Eagles might be interested because they need to pair somebody with Devonta Smith. But first of all, I'm shocked because I'm shocked that somebody would even trade for Parker. And second, what are you hearing? Is because if I'm the Dolphins, dude, this is a way I want to start recouping some of those picks. I'd move that guy in a heartbeat at this point.
Yeah, Big O. I had actually heard getting back to Indianapolis a couple of weeks ago that Devontae Parker was available for the right price. Now, I don't think Dolphins fans should get super excited because I don't think that right price is going to be some big pick. I think he's probably more of a day 3 pick if he ends up getting traded, 4th or 5th round pick, something in that range. So it's just whether or not they value him more than a 5th round pick. He's actually got a really affordable salary for a receiver given his contribution. So he's set to make $6 million, $6.5 million this year, and it's non-guaranteed. So I definitely think they could get a day 3 pick with them on the trade, and I'd expect them to definitely shop those offers. When you look at what they did in the receiving group this offseason, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, you penciling your number 3 receivers. Are you going to pay Devontae Parker $6.5 million to be a number 4? I just don't see that as their likely path. And Cedric Wilson's making 6.5 too, so I don't see him being a number 4. So I think something has to give, and a trade makes a lot of sense there. Just don't be expecting the world as far as compensation. I still think it'd be in the day 3 category if they do get a trade off.
Yeah, and to me, the other thing when you make this move, once you start getting to your 4th and 5th wide receivers, they need to be flyers and returners and things like that. And now that Parker's going to end up falling down on the totem pole, he doesn't give you any of that on special teams. So it also becomes a liability for a coach too, because you kind of need roster flexibility as you go deeper into that position.
Now, that's an excellent point. I was actually talking to one of the Dolphins coaches about that a couple weeks ago, and he brought up the point that over the last couple of years, they've not had offensive contributors outside of Matt Collins consistently contribute on special teams. And that's hurt them as a team because they've been limited, and all their defensive players have been taxed on special teams. So I think you'll see that be a priority here. You'll see, whoever they bring in the draft as far as the running back position, I bet they'll play special teams. I think that you'll see them add a receiver or two. If they do, it's going to be guys who can contribute in that realm. So Cedric Wilson isn't going to be a special teams contributor. Devontae Parker's not. So, yes, I think that we talked about more additions. I think you'll see them filling out some positions and thinking more who can help in special teams, who can help fill out our roster versus who can be this big star splash.
Cam, besides Parker and X, let's say, because I would imagine that X also could be tradable, who's the other piece that they could move to try to get or recoup back, some kind of a pick since they gave up so much in the Tyreek Hill deal?
Yeah, I keep an eye on Eric Rowe. He's a veteran safety there. He's been, a big key of what Brian Flores is building there, but Flo is gone now, and they got 2 really young safeties and Brandon Jones and Javon Holland, who I'd expect to be starters coming up this previous year. So I see him as an option to be traded or cut, if they still need more cap space. So he would probably be the first name that popped out to me. And then change of scenery guys. When you have a new staff and guys they didn't draft or great options for change of scenery, whether it's a guy like a Noah Igbinoghene, if they feel like they wanted to move on for him, or if it didn't work out with Austin Jackson in training camp and they felt like they could get value trading him somewhere else, I could see some of those former first-round picks who haven't worked out being guys too. So those are probably the most immediate things, a veteran like Eric Rowe or a first-round pick who hasn't really shown fruition yet.
Some people are saying Gesicki. Would you say Gesicki is a guy that could be moved since he's been tagged?
I definitely think that Gesicki's on a 1-year deal. I don't see them going a long-term extension. So if they got the right value for him, certainly. That situation is interesting because we talked about this earlier on the show. Gesicki is a guy who is a receiver first. So if you're bringing in a Tyreek Hill, you're bringing in a Jalen Waddle, you have a Cedric Wilson, how are all these guys going to fit on the field at once? That's a Mike McDaniel issue, but also who's going to be the blocker in this situation, right? And so that's not the sexy thing to think about, but in a San Fran-centric offense, you got to be able to block the running game well. So I think that's a worthy question. I haven't heard anything as far as Mike Gesicki trade rumblings, but as we go into all season, it wouldn't shock me if they get calls about it or if they decide to consider it.
That's that would be one that could be very, very interesting. All right. What are the chances X is not here? Put a percentage on it when the offseason is over. Does X get traded? Because that's the one guy they can trade to recoup a bunch of those Tyreek Hill picks back.
Yeah, I think it's all depending on his contract. If they're willing to give him what he wants, he absolutely wants to stay here, and he will stay here. If they don't, then that's when the trade comes up. So as of now, there hasn't been any talks there, so you still got to have it as a chance. Maybe a 20% chance that he's not here. I still think they prioritize him being here. He wants to be here, but as you see some of his numbers come up, you saw what happened with Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs wanted him there, but they wanted to pay him closer to $20 million. The Dolphins were willing to pay him closer to $30 million, and sometimes it's as simple as that. So if X and his agent figured out a team is willing to pay him much more than the Dolphins are, then I could see him trying to push for a trade to that team just like Tyreek did. So as of now, I'd still say it's more likely than not that he's a Dolphin, but maybe 20-25% chance that they can't get that deal done.
Let's see what ends up happening. All right. As always, Cam, appreciate you taking some time. Follow him on Twitter at Cameron Wolf. Catch his work there at the NFL Network. We will catch up with you next week, my friend. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Big O.
You got it. There you go. Cameron Wolf, baby, with our KSDT Miami Dolphins report.
This has been the KSDT CPA Pro Football Report with NFL insider Cameron Wolf. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full-service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit them at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
All righty. I see Eric put a quote there from Chris Greer. Eric, send me the article and the legitimate reporter that is putting that, because I don't believe that's the quote. We read the other ones. I'm not even going to read it, just because I don't even want to repeat what could be misinformation. But we read the quotes. Send me the article that says that from a legitimate source so I can look at it, because I don't believe that's the quote. Cap for Life, thank you for the love on the super chat. Debo to Miami, Greer trying to pull off at Pat Riley. Not going to happen. They're not getting Debo to Miami. You cannot pay that much money at wide receiver. Well, wait a minute. I shouldn't say that. You know what? If you trade X, yes. That's the only way it works. But they ended up signing a whole bunch of players that can play that role. So that's why I also don't believe that story. I just think that's kind of greediness from Dolphin fans, that they get ridiculous and then they start throwing stuff out there. Doesn't make sense to me. So I cannot tell you that I am much a believer of that story. What do we have? David Furones from the Sentinel says the Dolphins appear likely to appease any concerns Pro Bowl cornerback Xavier Howard may have with his contract this offseason. Dolphin general manager Chris Greer said Wednesday at the NFL Combine he already has had multiple conversations with Howard since the end. I've had multiple talks with Xavier this offseason. He has some text back and forth. We're going to have conversations and see if we can come to some sort of resolution. My anticipation is that Xavier will be here next year. Yeah. Nothing is concrete. So that's not, I don't know. Again, I'm sure, what is it? Eric, you can send me the article, but I'm sure you won't end up finding a legitimate link, and that's not the quote. So, what can I tell you? Big O no, they don't need Jarvis anymore, bro. No. They need a center. They need a middle linebacker, my brother. You understand that? They don't need another wide receiver. They just don't. They're fine at wide receiver already. It's enough at wide receiver. That's why they signed the Cedric Wilson kid to play slot. They've got enough speed on the outsides. They've got enough depth. They're fine. It just gets to a point where you're putting too much salary. You're going to have to pay Waddle in a couple of years. So you got to anticipate all those things. Get better in other areas. Okay? That's what you got to do. So there you go. Mr. Zen is in the house. And always with another sweet automobile, right? Hello, gentlemen. There you go. So we got Craig Zinn in the house and Tony Stampone, baby. Big O, did you watch the US? You know, I did not watch the game last night. What happened? I didn't see
a lot of guys running around 0-0. We got a point.
Okay.
That's
I
pretty much.
completely missed it. You know that?
It didn't start till 10 o'clock.
I was so into the Panthers.
It basically happened. The Panthers went off, and then it was pretty much.
I completely forgot about it with the Panthers, and freaking Montreal made it interesting. They scored late and everything. And then what did I do? And then I watched. I watched some stuff on YouTube. I watched the news, and then I went to sleep. I went to sleep early yesterday. I went to sleep by 11 yesterday. What happened?
Did you do the Cap for Life? I'm sorry, I was.
The Cap for Life.
Okay,
I
was
did.
researching it.
I it's a crazy story. I don't believe it. I told them. Julio Cesar, is it Chavez also? Because you left the Chavez part out. Big O, love the show. Dolphins are having an amazing offseason. So pumped. I bought season tickets. Can't wait for Tua to prove them all wrong. And they will, baby. And they will, Julio. Enjoy it, my brother. It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun season. Hopefully, I like this coach. I like his philosophy. I think he's going to fix it, baby. I don't think Big O is obsessed in trading X. No, I'm not obsessed. I'm just telling you. I wasn't obsessed about firing Flo. I'm just telling you what I think is going to end up happening. What do you want me to tell you? It's just not, it's not obsessed. It's just what I feel. I don't feel Ryan Tannehill can play. These are things that happen throughout the lifetime of me covering this team. And I'll tell you what I feel. Yes.
And then also the business side of the NFL, right? Because with X, you're not just going to let X walk out a door, like with Casey and Tyreek Hill.
Right.
They knew they weren't going to be able to do them. So they did right by him and said, hey, these are your options. You kind of pick which one you'd like to go to.
And there you go.
There's a business side to the NFL. Right. It's not just fantasy.
Exactly. I'm with you there. So, Julio Cesar, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. We don't need another wide receiver. We are stacked at receiver. It's a shame that I had to give up my season tickets for the move to Texas. Well, hey, man, at least you can still watch it, and it's still your team, man, wherever you're at. We got Dolphin fans all over the world, man. You know what I mean?
And they can listen to us pre- and post-game.
That's right. And we're here pre- and post for you. So what position should be addressed with that first pick in the third round? Jaminport, we got to wait till we get to the draft that day. Let's find out what's off the board, because that's kind of how we do it live. So on draft day, hopefully you're watching us. We'll have all of our Dolphin insiders contributing throughout all 3 days, locally, nationally. Hopefully we'll even get to Ian Rappaport. Maybe we'll drag him into Tommy Rockers. So we'll get all our guys on. We're going to give you wall-to-wall coverage no matter what's going on. But let's follow the draft, follow the pieces that come off the board, and then we'll figure out when we get to the third round what's an option at receiver, what's an option at middle linebacker, what's an option at tackle, whatever we're trying to look for. Because we got to wait till they finish this free agency stuff, and then we'll find out what are the holes that they need to fill. And then we can figure all of that out. By the way, don't forget, we are, like we always are for the last 12 years, baby, Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines. We spend our final Friday of every month out here, and you can come on out here and get some great deals, whether it's new or certified pre-owned. Make sure you tell them that Big O sent you. They will always take care of you out here. Great service center too, man. All right. Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber, great people out there in the service center. So they know how to take care of you out here at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines, man. Always appreciate it. Let me check the Welt and Rayom text line at 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056, which the Welt and Rayom text line is usually pretty active here on the program. You got something?
Well, no, not again. I'm just keeping an update on the F1 stuff. All the drivers and team bosses have been called to Formula One just before practice 2 was scheduled to start. So they're some movement there.
All right, good.
And then don't forget about the Miami F1 race.
Yeah. When is that one?
I got to double check. I think it's right around the corner. It's actually the crypto something actually. The name of the race. Yeah, hold on one more.
Crypto.com is behind it. Nice. Big O, Eric from Mesquite, Nevada. About your same age, been a Dolphin fan since the 70s, and I haven't been this excited as a season ticket holder since Marino. Viva Las Vegas. Let the good times roll. Orlando, what time will the show broadcast start on Thursday of the draft? Oh, we'll start right when the draft starts. Whatever that time is, 7, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, whatever 3 hours before over in Nevada. If the Dolphins were picking in the first round, I probably would have come on a half hour before the draft to kind of start priming it and all that. But since they're not picking at all in the first round, much less 29, there's no reason for me to do an extra half hour. So we're going to go on right when the draft starts. We'll have 15 minutes to start priming everything anyways, because nobody ever makes a pick right away. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll be there at Tommy Rockers. We'll be there probably an hour and a half before the draft starts. That's for sure at Tommy Rockers. So come on out and join us out there since you are in Nevada, my friend. Thank you. And thank you. Big O, I was going to start buying Bitcoin now. What's the best amount to start out with? I don't understand this. Well, right now we have a dip, by the way. It went to 45. And so you might as well buy a little bit of a dip. I just wish you would have gotten at 35 and 36 and 37 and all of that. It is now 44,384. It was at 45,000. So there was a little bit of a dip. So there you go. If you want to take advantage, you could take advantage. Okay. Like I say to everybody, get 100% of your pie. $10, $100, $5,000, $10,000. 40% of it, put it into Bitcoin. 30% put it into Ethereum. 10% put it into Polygon. 10% into Cardano. And 10% into Avalanche. Boom. That's how I want you to do it. Okay? And leave it alone. And just watch it grow.
Oh, the Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix is May 6th through the 8th.
There you go. Crypto taking over. Keep thinking that it ain't going to happen. Keep thinking. 43 days, huh? Okay. I like it. All right, let's go to some of these super chats here. Ray says, howdy, oh, quick thought. Waddle and Tyreek are new Clayton and Duper, I hope. In closing, hey, Flo, you blow. Thank you, Ray. And, yeah, we're hoping that they become a dynamic duo like that. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Cap for Life, another super chat. Thank you. He says, rumor has it, Honey Badger and J.C. Treader will sign once. Debo commits to Miami. If Ross is going all in, well, all will be forgiven with that type of power move. I would love that, Cap for Life. That would be a crazy move. Soul King Rue says, please give your thoughts on 93.7 The Fan reporting we're in talks for Tom Brady. It's 93.7 The Fan that knows nothing, and no, we're not in talks with Tom Brady. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in any of that. Okay? Do you see Rappaport or Schefter or somebody like that reporting that? What is it?
I just figured it out.
What is it?
This is Flo.
Oh, Flo.
93.7 The Fan is in Pittsburgh.
That's it.
This is all Flo.
This is Flo. Flo with the FUD.
He didn't get up and walk out of that meeting. This has been the conspiracy the whole time.
Yeah, Flo with the FUD. With the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Okay. Wow. That's funny. That is funny. By the way, folks, don't forget Sloman's Home Shield is where you want to go to protect your home. That's right. And right now, folks, we're giving away a free doorbell camera, 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME for your Sloman Shield. Sloman's Home Security, 1-800-ALARM-ME, free doorbell camera right now. Have the peace of mind. And, by the way, the convenience. It's great to have the cameras outside. It's great to have the doorbell camera I have one inside also, so I can keep track of my dogs. I can look at my phone right now, see how my dogs are doing. Right now, they're probably bothering my wife, which is, always fun to do. But what I also love is convenience. Yeah, man, I'm watching a show or a movie or a sporting event. The doorbell rings. I grab my phone. I look at who's in the doorbell, and I say, yeah, I don't feel like going to the door. I mean, that person's, they're selling something. I am not buying. So I just leave them ringing the doorbell, and I just keep watching my sporting event. That's why you need the Sloman Shield. Peace of mind. It's not just about security, but it's also about the people that might be a pain in the butt. You don't want to deal with them. Let them ring the doorbell, and you can move on. You're gonna love. And by the way, when the alarm rings, man, Sloman's is calling within seconds. What is that password? And you give them the password, and you're home free. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. Protect your home, protect your family. And right now, folks, not only will we give you a free doorbell camera, which connects directly to your smartphone, and it comes, of course, with professional installation. And when you use our low-cost central station monitoring, you're going to get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Go to 1-800-ALARM-ME. The link is there below on YouTube. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the Sloman's Shield. All right? Yes, sir?
So is that why I stood outside so long when I came over at one time?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's just...
Yeah.
That's just...
Yeah, it's the wife like the 8th time, but it's Sean, the guy that works with you. Oh, and then I finally went out. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh, this is totally random, but Tua Hill sounds much better than Tannehill. There we go. Let's see. What happened?
Oh, Man of 1,000 Hold said source equals flow.
Yes.
LOL.
Yes. Big O fan from Ontario, Canada. Love your show. Also a huge Omar Kelly fan. Listen every day, lifelong Dolphin fan. I'm excited to see this year and love me some Tua. He's going to be fine. And love Slash and Miles Kennedy big time like yourself. Please do me a favor and tell me your 2 favorite songs. Mine are Starlet and Anastasia, of course. Love your show. Keep doing what you're doing. By the way, okay, not just that, my man. Tomorrow, if any of you are going to be out there, I'm going with my man Greeper up to the Hard Rock in Orlando. Why? I'm glad you mentioned it. I will be going to see Slash and Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators at the Hard Rock tomorrow in Orlando. How about that? So if you think, forget the favorite songs. I just love to go see them jam. I've got both their albums now. I got their second album recently, and I've been listening to it a lot. I love both albums are jams, but obviously I'm a big Slash fan. But for me, Miles Kennedy is the guy that's grown on me. You know what I mean? Now that he's kind of stepped away from his band, from Alter Bridge, and doing his thing, doing solo stuff, doing this stuff with Slash, it is one of the best rock shows right now on the planet is going to see those guys. It is one of the best combinations of guitarist and singer that I've seen in a long, long time to come together. If you have a chance, go see Slash and Miles Kennedy. And by the way, Slash shreds for 2 hours. I'll be there tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you guys out there. If any of you are in the Orlando area or living there. By the way, in Orlando and Tampa, we got an A. Lenny Locksmith there, not just all throughout South Florida. So if you get locked out, make sure you call A. Lenny Locksmith.
Yeah, I'm going to be giving him a call here today, actually.
Oh, yeah? What happened,
I
bro?
got some locks I need changed up.
Oh, man. Yeah,
hey,
call him.
But there's a bigger web being spun here on the 93.7 story.
Oh, look at this. Somebody sent me rooms to go now accepting crypto. I did not know that. Wow. Yeah, crypto will never make it, bro. Yes.
93.7 is owned by the Pittsburgh Gazette.
Oh, so Omar Kelly,
new employer.
So Omar Kelly's the one feeding them the story.
For those just tuning in, please rewind before you start throwing anything out there.
Yeah,
rewind and
yeah.
listen to the Omar Kelly
Yeah,
interview before. Thank you.
Anonymous reportedly hacks Russia's central bank, threatens to expose 30. Yeah, I saw this. Remember, I mentioned this a couple weeks back, that I said I'm shocked that these hackers have not gone, and they are going after Russia. They are going after Russia big time. Let's see. We might win the championship undefeated. Why not us? Says Jim. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Jim, for sending in a text and supporting us as always. Pretty cool hearing Stephen A. talk about the Miami Heat being a first-class organization. How he spoke to 3 different people inside the Heat organization. Nobody gave him anything on last night's confrontation. Of course, because that's just the way. That's the way it always is in the Heat. They don't talk, man. They don't talk. That's a hard organization to break. In fact, you don't break that organization. That's just what it is. What the what's it called? The Brady ones?
No, the Debo stuff. It's like now there's another one. And again, maybe they're just making it up and they're very good at what they do. But it's the second one I've seen from different people, unless the same person is. Rumor is Debo to Miami for a first next year. DVP, Rowe, and Byron Jones. J.C. Treader and Tyron have agreed to sign once Debo deal is done.
They just reworked Byron Jones' deal, dude. They can't do that anymore. It's just that's the problem with fans, bro. They just come up with stupid stuff, dude.
It's so well written, though. Like it's like if you look at it and you're in a chat, you might think that hey, they're actually reading something.
They just redid Byron Jones. They just gave him a bunch of guaranteed money, which means he's not going anywhere now. They locked him even more. They made the cap hit even worse by doing that. That's what happens. See, that's the problem when you have maybe even media people that don't understand the business either writing stuff like that. Remember how I tell you in crypto, you got a lot of people that are writing crypto, but they don't really know crypto. And so how do you have somebody telling you about crypto when they don't understand it? They don't invest in it. You know what I mean? So it's got to be great to be Craig Zinn and have all the toys, right? I mean, it's like every week he pulls in with a new toy. It is awesome. It is awesome. What are you showing me, Tony? Oh yeah, I know, but it's everywhere, but it's crap. And it's not, and it's the fan. They're not even nothing. They don't have any report. It's not Schefter. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're but it's not Schefter. It's give him the mic. Give him the mic. Tony Stampone, by the way, the great Tony Stampone here at Craig Zinn, Acura Pembroke Pines. In fact, he's kind of in charge of the entire Craig Zinn family, you know. So I don't believe any of it.
So my 2 people that feed me all this stuff are my son. He's a big sports fanatic, and obviously Pat Nasto. So some of the things they're talking about is that Gronkowski, am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
And 2 other guys have not signed yet.
Right.
It's almost like they're waiting. So there's that chatter. They're waiting.
Right.
And then this quarterback that Tampa is supposedly trying to get.
Baker?
Yeah. And he's a starting quarterback, not a backup quarterback.
It depends on how you look at him.
I'm just saying.
In this league, he's a starter because the back end is never.
So there's a lot of like connecting at a dot things that kind of.
They would not want Baker Mayfield. They're not going to compete with Baker Mayfield. He had the best running game in the NFL the last 2 years and could not win.
Okay.
So that none of it makes sense. And they have Byron Jones in the deal. They just gave Byron Jones more guaranteed money, which means they made their cap hit even worse on Byron Jones by trading him. So there's no way they're going to trade.
How much is a cap?
200 and something, yeah, 215, $20 million.
And they can exceed it by paying a penalty, can't they?
No, that's baseball.
Oh, okay, not in football.
It's a hard
not
cap.
Football.
You can't
it's
go
a hard
over.
number. Can't go over.
Can't go over. Can't
Wow.
go over. Basketball and football, you can't go over. Baseball, you can pay a luxury tax, it's called. So that's why the Yankees, the Cubs, the Dodgers, Boston Red Sox have a monster advantage over most teams.
So it's a major long shot.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a crazy story.
Okay.
I think Bruce Arians would retire before he has to coach Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Seriously.
Wow.
208 million. There we go.
Wow.
Is the cap. So
Okay.
yeah, I have a hard time believing that Bruce Arians would have anything to do with Baker Mayfield. Anything.
All right. So Brady's going to Tampa.
He
You
has
watch
to.
it?
He has to stay in Tampa for one more year.
How long do they have him? 1 or 2 years?
One more year. This is
One
the last
more
year.
years.
It's the last
So
year.
if they were to release him,
well,
they-
he's
they-
free next year anyway.
no. If they were to do it now, they got to
yeah.
release him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. Bruce Arians is not going to do that. He said it. You're going to have to give me 4 billion picks in order to trade that guy. There's no way they're going to trade that guy. I just don't see that.
All right.
And the city would lose their minds. The season ticket holders would lose their minds.
Come
all
to
of that.
realize today, I know more about cars than I do about football.
Well, you know a hell of a lot about cars.
Yeah, I know a lot about cars.
Hell of a lot about cars.
Always good chatting.
Thank you, my brother. Good to see you, Tony. The great Tony Stampone out here at Craig's Inns, Acura, Pembroke Pines. O Management, thank you for the love on the super chat. Appreciate it. Says Big O, is it possible that since the offense is better now and will stay on the field longer, that will give Xavier Howard less strain on his knees and will last longer? Might be worth to hold on to him now. He still has to run the routes with the receivers on every single down, no matter what goes on. So the wear and tear will still be on those knees no matter what, my friend. And if the offense is better, they're going to be playing catch up. They're going to be throwing the ball more. X will be a little bit more busy, actually. At least in fact, that's what I'm hoping the problem is. I'm hoping the offense is so much better that, defenses have to throw to catch up. That's what I'm hoping. So, that might backfire. Hey, listen, trading X, we all know you're not going to replace him because the guy's a hell of a player. The question is what I've brought up many times that most of you that, go against the grain with me on this, you don't want to come to a realization you really have to be concerned about those knees, especially one of them that's had several scopes. And you just don't know how long it's going to last. And so if you make a long-term commitment to him and he ends up busting out that knee, you're going to be tearing the Dolphins down for committing to a guy that had a knee that's had several scopes. So that's the problem, Let's see. Mike Evans and Gronk to the Dolphins for a first 8 and 10 round picks in 2035.
You're coming for dollar deals?
Yes.
How are we paying all these guys?
You guys are awesome out there. You guys are awesome.
The Deshaun Watson press conference has started, and already everybody's like, "Oh, this press conference is gross." There's just everything going on.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, so remember, if you happen to be in the Orlando area tomorrow at the Hard Rock, I'll be there. So say hi if you're going to Slash and Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. I'll be there. I can't wait to see that concert. Tomorrow was such a good concert last year. Would love to see you all out there. Don't forget next month, if you're in Vegas, we're going to Tommy Rockers. We'll be in Vegas. I'll be there for like a week, but we'll be there definitely. Sean and I will be there for at least 4 or 5 days, and we'll broadcast 4 days there, the Wednesday and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, throughout the entire draft, all the way to the last Dolphins pick. That's when our last moment of the broadcast will be, that final Dolphins pick. I'm sure we'll be worn out by then. What else do we have going on? May 7th, we've got another boxing event at Hialeah Park. We'll be giving away tickets to that starting next week. So if you want to join us May 7th out there, be ready to win some of those tickets. Anything else that we got to tell them about? Any other events we got coming up or traveling? We'll be going to Las Vegas also, July 7th through the 10th. Maybe, I'm going to Vegas July 1st and 2nd also. I'm going to go see Morrissey at Caesars. on July 1st, Aerosmith on July 2nd, and Chris Rock on July 3rd. Then I fly back to come back. I should just, I think I just need an apartment in Vegas. Holy crap, man. Big O, you're going to have missing teeth and Mike Tyson face tattoo by the second day of the draft, probably. Now, I used to do this at QAM years ago. I did it for like 2 straight years where I did all 3 days of the draft. That's when they actually cared about sports back then, and we were like a real sports station and all that. Now QAM's an absolute joke. The guys that are there are fine. They're terrific. It's not their problem, but they have no resources, no nothing. There's no commitment there. So, and plus they don't have many people left to interview locally, do they? Pretty much they're on our show. So they probably have like the same 4 guys that they rotate throughout the week. Oh man. Let's see. Ariza is a little bit better than Roby. This kid can, oh God. Okay. 100% believe Batman. Honestly, though, he's legit. The grumblings are real. Whether it happens or not, it's anyone's guess. I say not, but talks are talks. Yeah, but is Schefter reporting this? That's what I want to know. Is Rappaport reporting this? Huh? Okay. Right. So yeah, is Jeff Darlington reporting it? If Jeff Darlington is reporting it, who he has a relationship with Brady, okay, then I'm with you. But notice Garofalo's not reporting it, Rappaport's not reporting it, Pelissero's not reporting it, Schefter's not reporting it. Come on, man. Those guys are all hooked one way or another. None of them are reporting this Tom Brady silliness. Okay? Yeah. And Darlington, out of all the guys, as hooked up as Rap Sheet is, or any of the guys out there, Darlington is close to Brady, dude. So he should know. And he would be the first one. Him and Schefter reported the retirement. Yeah, dude. If Rap Sheet and Schefter and Pelissero and Garofalo and these guys are reporting it, then it's not anything with substance. What's that? Oh, why would they let Watson talk?
Yeah, I mean,
because they have to.
But
you can't have an acquisition like that and not address the media, bro.
I guess.
That's part, and you have no choice. He's gonna have to face it. So you might as well get those questions out of the way. Let me explain how this game is played, my man. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're gonna let him ask their questions, and then they're gonna tell him the next time around, guys, only football questions. He answered his questions already. That's it. And then maybe when there's a resolution with the 22 cases, then they'll say, if you guys want to ask him on the resolution of the 22 cases, he'll comment on it, but this will be the last time. And that's how they'll control it, my brother. But they have to tear the scab off. They have no choice. And you know what, Sean? You want them to do it now in the offseason than when the football game starts, when the football is being played. And then that becomes the headlines instead of it. But now you can, hey, guys, get your questions in. After this, it's going to be football questions. We're not taking any more questions. We're moving on with football. And the game's over.
That's how
they control
I'm going to read you. This is from Adam Schefter, okay? And this
ahead.
is Deshaun Watson to reporters in Cleveland. I understand these allegations are serious. I never assaulted any woman. I've never disrespected any woman. I was raised to be genuine and to respect everyone around me. I've never done the things that these people are alleging.
Okay.
I understand there's going to be a no-win situation at this at all, but it just, I mean, I get it. The criminal side of it is probably
It's done
now because the 10 counts are totally off the board. But with civil cases still going on, I don't know. I mean, to me, it just seems like it's one of those stories that's just there's going to be a no-win situation. I understand that, and like you said, maybe it's just let's get it out of the way.
That's what they're
one
doing.
time, be done with it.
I've been at this
it just
for a
to me
long
comes
time.
across so wrong.
I get it.
To hear somebody sit there and just kind of be like, "I did nothing."
I get it. I totally understand it, but I also know how the playbook is played on this thing and how they use it. And they're going to allow the media to unload now. And then, hey, he answered the questions already. We've got to move on. When there's a decision on the civil cases, we will put out a statement then. Watson will put out a statement, answer the questions, and then move on. But they're not going to allow this on everyone. And you want to get this out of the way now, not during training camp. So if you hide them now and don't have the press conference till training camp, all the questions will then start in training camp. So then your training camp articles are going to be half about training camp and half about Deshaun Watson allegations. So that's why. That's what I think they're going to try to do now. All right, you guys got your questions. We're going to answer it. It's over. We're moving on. We're not going to have this on everyone, or if not, he will not become available. And then the reporters will have to ask football questions. Cap for Life. Thank you for the love again on Super Chat. We invite you on the Miami Sports Fanatic Show and the Fins Tailgate Show, Big O. I will get there. I will, guys. I will. It's just I got a lot of shit going on, man. Big O, if we do get Tom Brady, then I'm not even doing that. I would say X and Jones makes the defense full TD better in points against. However, if you now have an offense that can average 30 points, it no longer matters. Well, the defense will become better with a lead. That's the thing. That's the key right there. Defense will become way better with a lead. And that's what I'm also banking on right now with the Miami Dolphins. Let me check Venmo and Cash App here, just in case. The Welton Rayom text line, 855-912-1056. Let's see what we got here on the Welton Rayom text line. Big O, you got your wish signing Teron Armstead. He will not last because of injuries, and you and the organization will realize they wasted money on this guy, and Daddy Bridgewater will take over and roll. There we go. All right. So he's got the season done. Armstead completely broken down, and the Dolphins suck. Okay. All right. We got you, my brother. That's it. Doom and gloom. I like it. There we go. It's over. I don't know about you, Big O, but if that Debo rumor with the Honey Badger, that's just you guys. You guys just get too greedy. You get so greedy at one point. It's ridiculous. All right. We thank Larry Schlossberg, man, all the great people out here at Craig Zinn's, Acura, Pembroke Pines, man. Great sponsors of ours for 12 years. Ira Winderman, Manny Navarro, Omar Kelly, and Cameron Wolf. Excellent work by them. Sean Stanley masters this program every single day. We are off for the weekend. No extra show on Saturday. No shows, period. Any wrestling for this weekend for you? No, either? Wow.
No. Just tonight will be the SmackDown recap, and then a lot to do for content for this show.
Okay.
With all the things going on with Dolphins, the Heat, everything else, a lot of content going on. Panthers also.
Yep.
And now Canes tonight.
Yeah, Canes
we haven't
tonight.
talked about that much.
10 o'clock, bro.
Sweet 16, yeah, that's.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but thank God it's today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, so because I want people to watch the race live, I'll have to record it and then watch, Vargas later. I'll probably watch it on the way home.
Just follow me. I'll live tweet it.
Yeah, you probably will. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I'll know the results, but I'll still want to watch it. You know, just because I still want to watch it. I want to see what Ryan does. You know, I'm rooting for the kid. I'm a fan. Big O, I'm also hearing unconfirmed rumors. Lamar Jackson in play. Yeah, there you go. Let's do it, baby. Let's sign everybody, bro.
I heard Aaron Rodgers is not happy. He has no receivers in Green Bay. Heard there's a lot of receivers here in Miami. Maybe Aaron Rodgers to Miami.
Yeah, exactly. And Shailene Woodley as a water girl. So yeah, it's all going to happen. We thank all of you out there. Thank you. However you support our show, please smash the hell out of the like button. Always, man. Help us get to 1,000 every day so we can get, the algorithms going. You have no idea. It helps. And of course, visit our great sponsors like Sloman Shield, man, like EJD Construction. Go visit my man, Eric, EJDconstruction.com. Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. You want to fix your roof. Darth Logan, thank you for the love on the super chat on the way out. He says, Big O, I got to be greedy. We haven't won my entire 33 years of my life. Oh, man. I feel you, man. I feel you. I know it's been a long time since our Finns have been good, but hopefully this is it, man. Hopefully this is the turn right here. All right. We'll see you guys on Monday. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Much love. Be safe out there. And we'll see you again one time here at 15601 Pines Boulevard.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show.